All right, everybody, what is up? I don't even know if everything's gonna work. My goodness, it's been so long since I've been here. Zombie Bomb with the first comment. Whoa, WTF is this? You don't even stream, or you don't stream anymore? Yeah, dude, I'm streaming right now. What are you talking about? There you go, spewing more lies like most women do. I don't know what to tell you. Claims about my disappearance have been greatly exaggerated. There's really nothing to it, you guys. I've been really busy. I've been very, very busy, occupied with some things. You know, I have a private life, and it remains private, plain and simple. There are things that take precedent before internet stuff because like the internet is not real, and yeah, I don't know how else to put it without sounding like an asshole or condescending or douchey, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. This isn't my real job per se, except for promoting the Etsy. The Etsy stuff is my real job. So, yeah. And I've made 3 puppets in the last 2 weeks, and they've taken a lot of time. And I've had friends from LA visiting. Hackamania was a thing. More people are visiting me tomorrow or Thursday. I don't even know when. I've lost track of time. I've lost the ability to track time. I'm regressing, if you will. And there's not really like anything interesting to talk about anyways. There hasn't been anything too interesting, except for the Shiloh Hendrix thing. That's going to be pretty interesting, pretty funny. I adore the girl. I don't agree with how things kind of played out, but we'll get into it. The Joe Biden stuff of him getting cancer or ass cancer or prostate cancer or whatever, that's kind of significant. I mean, to me, it's like it's not really that big of a deal. It takes quite a bit to shock me. It's really just watching how everybody else reacts. They're like little ants going about their day, and then somebody comes along and kicks their the little ant nest, and then they start chimping out. That's what most of these people look like to me. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. And yeah, just some random 304 stuff, some random crime stuff. A lot of it really pertaining to, or some of it pertaining to Shiloh Hendrix, who I don't believe did anything wrong. Yeah, so hold on. I was finally reading some of the comments in my Discord. Guys, there's way too much anime in the Discord. Okay, there's a Pepe there on fire. That's pretty funny. But all this other shit sucks. Okay, there's frogs being boiled or eaten by women. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need a mod in this Discord channel to deal with this shit. Because I don't want anime. I don't want people to think this is like an anime server. Because I'm not a fan of anime. It's not for me. And then there's all this bullshit from Cheese that I'm quitting streaming. Guys, none of this is true. What the fuck? Like, I can't be busy. Okay, see, giant mechanical spider. Goodness. Some communist stuff. It's probably from Marx, I bet. Oh, no, it's not. That's a shocker. Goodness. I don't even know what it was. Star Wars. Oh, man. Dude, this is like incel central, bro. There's just so much anime. I don't like this, you guys. You guys are ruining the Discord channel. I don't have notifications turned on. So I'm not reading this shit because I don't like to be bothered. And I only have notifications on for my Discord, my private Discord channel for people that I know. Let's see. I gotta ask Chaz for permission. No, I don't. He won't. He's not busy, and he doesn't have anything better to do. But he still won't because he knows you want him to. All right, listen, you dirty little fucking slut. Like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? I'm like, one, I am busy. Speak for yourself. Do I have yeah, there's a few things I could be doing that's better, but I want to stream. I miss streaming. It was so weird. Like this room that I'm in, like I haven't been in this room in like almost 3 weeks. So yeah, and it was so weird. Like I fired the computer up, and this monitor that I have, I used to own like the exact same one, and it broke for no reason. And I just remember one day, you guys remember, I tried turning the thing on and it wouldn't turn on, and it was a pain in the ass getting a new one, and yeah, whatever. So I thought I was getting an anxiety, a little panic attack, thinking my monitor was going to turn on again because it's been so fucking long. But it turned on, and everything worked. I was able to update everything. But I on my second computer, my second gaming computer, I don't know what was going on with the internet. And I had driver booster because I figured like when things aren't really running well and you built the machine properly, like everyone's like, oh, dude, it's the hardware sucks. You got a wooden potato PC or whatever. That's not really the case, at least for me, because I build really high end PCs, and a lot of my friends have really expensive PCs as well. And I feel like these days we're doing a lot more troubleshooting than playing games or doing streaming. And I figured out what was going on. For whatever reason, Driver Booster has this software that updates the drivers on your PC automatically. But I started noticing that it was doing it a little too frequently, and it kept like recycling the same drivers and then reinstalling them. But it was pretending that they were like brand new. I found another software that I used to use a lot in the past called CC Cleaner, and it used to be free, but now there's like a paid version. So I paid for it, and it found the drivers, installed them once, and they were the proper ones, and now the computer runs like a dream. So I'm probably gonna do that on this computer here, but this one's a little bit more updated. All the hardware's like new and shit. But yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see. Let me see what's going on with these comments here. I gotta make sure that everything is working before we get started with the show. Shoot, where's my browser? I don't have a secondary browser? Hold on, let me see if I can drag one from this tiny little screen over here. Whoop. Yeah, okay, here we go. Make sure that I'm live where I'm supposed to be. Guys, I am back. We are so back. Pack Out Rolling Drawer Part 2 recommended to me an hour ago. Ooh, dude, I'm gonna have to shut down the stream and watch this video, you guys. Being a Milwaukee fanboy, I'm probably gonna have to buy this. Let's see. What am I doing here? What am I doing? Let's go to my account and make sure that I'm live where I'm supposed to be. An hour ago. Ooh. Okay. All right. So we're good on YouTube. Let me go ahead and check my BitChute. Let me make sure my bitches are doing okay. Where's my bitches at? All right. Here we go. What do I have two of these fucking things? Okay. This is. Okay. It says I'm offline. Hour ago. Ooh. Okay. All right, so we're good on YouTube. Okay, so it looks like I'm good on BitChute. I don't know what's going on with like the shit here. Let me just make sure I'm on Rumble. Where's my Rumble shit at? Where's my Rumble shit at? Okay, there we go. Okay, everybody on Rumble, what's up? All right, so we are live everywhere, all over the internet. Let me go ahead and make sure I got my spiel. God, I feel like I'm just right back on the what's it call it? On a bicycle. All right, so greetings everyone. Thank you for joining me on another exciting episode of the Watchfrogs. We go live every Monday night on the Watchfrogs channel, which is home to the Fake Crimes docuseries, a variety of other videos, and of course, the Watchfrogs podcast. You can enjoy the show live on a variety of platforms like BitChute, Rumble, Trovo, dlive, Kick, Twitch, X, formerly known as Twitter, and YouTube. For those who prefer an audio-only experience of the show, you can head over to Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else where podcasts exist. Links are in the description. If you wish to support the show and help keep the Watchfrogs independent, feel free to head over to my Subscribe Star page, Locals page, or perhaps toss a generous donation in my Cash App. You can also Super Chat. All Super Chats are read and very much appreciated. Once again, links are in the description wherever you may be enjoying the show. All right, guys. So it's time to get started. Where are we at? Hold on, I got to minimize this window. Let's just get started really quick. This video, it was never about the criminal, says Chicano Marine, with a Mexican flag first and then the American one. It was never about the criminals, the taxes, or national security. It was always about deleting as many brown people from this country as possible because we will be the majority soon, and that scares the shit out of a lot of white people. Before even watching this video, I'm just going to say it scares the shit out of a lot of brown people. If you guys were so stoked about that happening, why would you leave the countries where there are no white people? You know? Let's hear them out. Let's hear this Chicano Marine out.
For years, conservatives told me that we need to deport undocumented immigrants such as myself because we don't pay taxes.
Yeah, you guys don't. You generally don't pay taxes. You go to work, you collect cash under the table. You get to keep all that money.
And then Donald Trump went on TV and said that him not paying taxes made him smart.
Yeah, because he's an American citizen and he produces shit. He hires people. We don't want somebody like that paying taxes. We want to incentivize him to put more money into the economy, more money into the pockets of regular people. This isn't hard, dude. But then again, you're not an American, so you wouldn't understand that.
And they cheered.
Yeah,
And then conservatives said that we need to deport undocumented immigrants such as myself because we bring crime.
you do. Yes, that is correct. If you look at the crime statistics and you see the overwhelming amount of crime, it's happening in places where guys who look like this live in. Again, that's just not me saying it, guys. That's every crime data sheet, data point out there. I don't know about you, but if I'm walking down the street in the middle of the night and this guy's walking towards me, I'm going to tug on my purse. I'm going to hold it right up against my heart. And then I'm going to run across the street so I don't have to make eye contact with this person and pass him by.
But then they voted for a guy with 34 felonies.
Yeah, because it's bullshit. And again, I don't care. Just don't give a fuck, dude. Yeah, good. I like that. My president has street cred. Very cool.
And then conservatives said that undocumented immigrants such as myself are a threat to national security because
Correct.
anybody could be coming in.
Correct. Yeah, that's
But then
literally true.
the FBI came out and said actually the biggest national security threat is white supremacy.
Yeah, dude, the FBI is retarded. And I don't really give a fuck what they have to say or think. These are the guys that did the Oklahoma City bombing. These are the guys that faked a kidnapping attempt of the governor of Michigan. That's Governor Whitmore. They fucking faked it. And again, I'm walking down the street and I pass by Charlie Kirk. I'm not going to be afraid. I'm going to giggle because he's got a weird face. I'm walking down the street and I pass by Kyle Rittenhouse. I'm not worried, bro. Like, I ain't scared. I'm walking down the street and I pass by Jared Taylor. I'm going to shake his fucking hand. Those guys aren't dangerous, bro. I'm not worried about them. Dude, seriously, like, in reality, I've been on this earth a very long time. I have never heard a single person say, you know what I'm really afraid of? Those evil white supreme pizzas. No one's ever said that. It's bullshit, dude. It's just a way to beat up on anybody who supports President Trump. Most of whom are not even white now, so whatever.
And conservatives got mad about it. I'm starting to think that it's not about national security or taxes or crime.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what reason it is. We're not a monolith. There's a lot of people in the Trump camp, and we all have different opinions about illegal immigration and its root causes and all that shit. But at the end of the day, or when all is said and done, we really just need you guys to leave. Like, you have to go home. You guys are amazing, stunning, and brave, and you guys make everything really amazing. You need to make your countries amazing. America's like been great, and you're not needed for this process. You have a homeland. Go there.
I think it's about something else.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. All right. Let me read some of these comments really quick. What if Puniti Ash Blackwind face or I don't even know what emoji that is. Ash Blackwind, it's about get your criminal ass out of the country and get in legally. I don't even want that guy in legally. Not if he's gonna be that whiny and like, dude, like it's so funny. I should have brought up some articles about the Afrikaners. I think that would probably we'll probably get into the Afrikaner stuff later on. But like there was like what, like 50, 59 or 60 of these Afrikaners, the white South Africans, they've been imported into the country because they're on the brink of being decided. And the leader of the very racist regime out there, or one of the leaders, he's openly calling to kill these people. I mean, can you imagine like joke Biden? I mean, he almost came close. But people like Obama or Trump saying they want to like eliminate their competition, and they're doing little chants and dances about it. It would be beyond the pale. But when it happens in South Africa against white people, all of a sudden it's okay. So these people are legitimate refugees. And usually it would go against my ethos to import a group of people from somewhere like, let's say, Africa, because it's a faraway continent, and then bring them here. But Afrikaners are different because there's nowhere in Africa that they could go that they'd be safe. Europe doesn't want them, even though they're ethnically European. They can't go to Australia, I think. Why the hell would they want to go to Latin America? They don't speak the language. Like, it makes sense to bring them here. These are wonderful people. They're law-abiding and they're productive. These people create things. These people know how to keep a civilization going. They can't. Their ancestors, they built South Africa. They created it out of nothing. So it's a shame what happened to Rhodesia. It's a shame what's happening in South Africa. But the best thing that could be done for them is to bring them here and give them a chance. And when we get rid of all the ungrateful illegal aliens, like the individual in the beginning of the stream, we'll have plenty of space for them, and they should be welcomed with open arms. But generally speaking, I'm against the whole refugee thing, and again, but like facing annihilation, like that's legitimate, you guys. That's legitimate. And I get pushback from the libtards. They're like, well, how come you don't extend that courtesy to people from south of the border? Well, because President Trump said that the people that come from south of the border or Haiti or any of these little surrounding nations, he said that they were shitholes. I mean, that was the claim. The claim was President Trump said these countries are shitholes, which was disputed and rebuked and pushed back against. Maybe rightfully so. So I will concede he said those things. I will concede that those things are not true. Okay. Is there some great war happening south of our border? No. Is there famine going on anywhere south of our border in Latin America? No, not at all. I mean, you look at the images of all the people coming illegally across the Rio Grande, or crossing into California via San Diego or Chula Vista or whatever. They're all really fucking fat. Like, these are fat people, so they're not starving. There's no war. There's no persecution. There's no what aside anywhere in Latin America, but there is in South Africa. So I say bring those people here. And if any of them are coming to Vegas, I'll be more than happy to assist them in any way that I can and afford them access to whatever resources that I can dispense at my expense. Let me read some of this. Someone says white supreme pizza is a threat. I know they are the problem. They cause way more crimes than any white supreme pizza in the U.S. Yes, that is correct, Ash Blackwood. Damage here, you are asking us to give this lady money again? No, I'm not. White Afrikaners have a white-only place still called Oronia. I don't think it will last long, though, but maybe now is the time for them to entrench themselves and defend it. I don't think they don't have the numbers, man. At this point, I think it's a numbers game, and they don't have the military. They don't have the judicial body on their side. They're on their own, man. They are literally at the mercy of the new government. They are at the mercy of the ghost of Nelson Mandela. That's where we're at now. If you look at the history of Rhodesia, like the colonists, the Rhodesians, the people who built Rhodesia, those guys tried really, really hard to make it work. They really, really tried to make the whole diversity cultural thing work. And unfortunately, there were nefarious actors, there were nefarious individuals in the background, scheming, making it impossible for there to be peace, giving aid to the terrorists that were antagonizing the Rhodesians. And the Rhodesians did an excellent job repelling the terrorists, defending their homeland. But it was a fool's errand because the entire Western world, the English-speaking world, abandoned them. And much like the South Africans have been abandoned. There's nothing that can be done for them. It's easy to sit here in the comfort of my home and speculate on this, but if I was there and I had the opportunity to leave, I would probably take my chances and come to America. Because again, we've already seen what happened with Rhodesia. And what's happening in South Africa is that on steroids. It's much worse. It's brutal. because the Afrikaners can't defend themselves. It's impossible for them to do so. Oronia's population is under 10K, but they are growing quickly. Their economy is mostly farming and homesteading. They are very culturally focused. Seems like a nice place. Yeah, Buckaroo, it probably is. But you also, again, you have to remember 10,000 of these people versus tens of millions of these Nelson Mandela warriors, and they will probably heavily be funded and armed by countries like Israel, and other NGOs. They'll be more than happy to supply them with the weaponry to eliminate the remaining population of Oronia. Again, this is the reality, and I'm all in favor of bringing them over here. Let's see. So yeah, Shiloh Hendrix has been really lit a fire under the ass of America. I just want to read this really quick because I thought it was fucking hilarious. My name is Shiloh, and I have been put into a very dire situation. I recently had a kid steal from my 18-month-old son's diaper bag at a park. I called the kid out for what he was. Another man who was recently found out has had a history with law enforcement proceeded to record me and follow me to my car. He then posted these videos online, which has caused my family and myself great turmoil. My social security number has been leaked. My address and phone number have been given out freely. My family members are being attacked. My eldest child may not be going back to school, even where I exercise has been exposed. I am asking for your help to assist in protecting my family. I fear that we must relocate. I have 2 small children who do not deserve this. We have been threatened to the extreme by people online. Anything will help. We cannot and will not live in fear. Thank you. So yeah, she almost made $1 million. I think it's at 700. Here, let me back this up. It's at $784,000. Yeah, and she's still receiving donations. So just 37 minutes ago, she received $10. And they had to disable the comments because they were really edgy. I feel like a lot of people are getting the story wrong. On the right and on the left. So let's just start with the right. So there's a bunch of dorks on the right that think this is about this woman saying the N-word or allegedly calling a child the N-word. I mean, that's the catalyst, but that's not what this is really about. The people on the right want to think that it's about white supreme pizzas. It's about targeting minority groups, yada, yada, yada. First off, let's begin with what I genuinely believe happened. Okay, because this has the makings of a fake hate crime. I sense a little of that going on here. I believe that Shiloh caught a young boy rummaging through the diaper bag. And she probably overreacted. And she said, "Hey, what the F are you doing? What the hell?" And then the kid runs off. And then she utters to herself, "The kid is a bleep, 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 bleep." And then this illegal alien Somalian guy, the guy who has been credibly accused of doing creepy shit with minors. And he's a military-aged male, by the way. He hears what she said. Whips out the phone. He thinks to himself, this is just another scam. This is another scheme that I can partake in to make a little bit of money. He calls her out. He said, "Did you call that kid the N-word?" And she admits, she's like, "Yeah." And then she calls him the N-word, and you guys know the rest. That's what I think happened. But then there's this cartoony version of the story where they're trying to make it seem like she pursued the kid. Hold on, I got a froggy in my throat. Where she pursued the kid and she was calling him, just screaming in his face, calling him all these names. And I just don't think that happened. Obviously, she admitted to saying these things, but how she said it and if she said it to him is really what's up in the air. I don't believe she pursued the kid. I think she scared him away, yelled at him, and then she called the kid a name to herself. Someone else heard it. Just like imagine you're walking by someone's house and you look in the window of a house and you see a man sitting on the couch and you hear and you can read lips and you read his lips and he says to himself while watching TV or playing a video game or something, I freaking hate bleep, bleep, bleep. Well, you know what he said because you read the lips, and then you confront him, and he's like, yeah, I said it. I mean, that's kind of like what I'm getting that vibe here. So a lot of these fucking jackasses on the right, they want to think this is about like being edgy and saying the N-word, and they're calling other people the N-word and stuff. And again, like I don't get offended by anything, but you guys are kind of losing the plot if you're gonna go around saying that shit and calling people that, because it's not what this is about. The left, I mean, ironically enough, the left is in agreement with that worldview. But I think what this is about is a rejection of people like Tizzy Int, who's that fat TikToker, the clinically obese TikToker who goes around trying to cancel people. I mean, he was the guy spearheading the attack against Shiloh Hendrix. He said that he's like, oh, look what she said. This is probably a felony. Let's make her famous. Someone send me her information. Yeah, dude, that's stochastic terrorism. You want to go after this woman for unpopular speech. And I mean that's just the reality that we live in, you know, like again, once again, we're at it's 2025 and we're still talking about free speech. Do we have it? I argue no, we don't. And people look at the amount of money that Shiloh Hendrix got, and they think that's like some massive victory for the dissidents like ourselves. And, you know, I mean, does it feel like we're winning? This young family, Shiloh Hendrix and her family, they had to flee their home. Yeah, she's almost a millionaire. But is that winning? Is that free speech? I don't feel free. This is what it takes to speak freely. If you engage in unpopular speech and someone catches you saying things that are unpopular and they confront you and you admit to saying these things, they can ruin your life. There will be hordes of fat retards like Tizzy Int coming out of the woodwork to threaten you to publish your information, your personal details about your life, because of a petty squabble that you had in the park where nobody was hurt, where no illegality took place. I don't know about you, but I supported Shiloh Hendrix because I reject the far leftist ethos of completely destroying families over so-called unpopular speech. I don't want to live like that. I don't want to reward people who I believe to be terrorists like Tizzy Int. I believe he is a terrorist. That is my opinion. I could be wrong, but they're terrorizing people who engage in unpopular speech. They're terrorizing people who utter offensive words. And you want to say that we have free speech in this country? I beg to differ. I think the First Amendment is relatively worthless if it isn't going to protect unpopular speech. And they want to say, oh, well, freedom from consequences. You know, there's no freedom from consequences. What consequences should ensue for uttering to yourself after shooing away a kid that is being problematic? What should the punishment be? What should the consequences be for uttering something unpopular after dealing or encountering a child like that? I'm genuinely curious. Yeah, I think the First Amendment should protect people from retribution. You know, like let me be specific here. This woman cannot have a job ever in her life. She can't be employed anywhere. Maybe she can be an influencer, but she'll be banned on pretty much all of the platforms except for maybe one or two. It'd be like BitChute and Rumble, and that's it. Maybe Odyssey if she's, you know, can figure that out. But so she can't speak online. She can't be a public speaker. She can't be an influencer, if you know what I mean. She can't work at a job at Walmart. She can't work at a McDonald's. She's fucked. She's fucked because of words that she uttered, most likely to herself, but possibly towards or at the kid. The NAACP contacted the police. They wanted to go after her legally. Tizzy Int and a lot of his followers, who are fat, by the way, kept falsely claiming that she committed a felony. They wanted to throw this woman in prison for her speech. The First Amendment does not protect people like this, and it should. Nobody should lose their job for unpopular speech, but that's not the world that we live in. And I would like to live in a world where unpopular speech is protected, even though what she said is not something that I would ever say. I don't like what she said. I don't endorse it. But then again, my opinion doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how I feel about this. My feelings are fucking irrelevant. I used to work with children, and I love children. I like kids, and I would never say that to a kid. I would never say that about a kid. But that's just me. That's my life. I'm not trying to change people or tell them how they should conduct themselves. But I don't think they should be completely annihilated, which is the direction that we're going in this country, sadly. It's the direction that South Africa has already went. Look at Rhodesia. Look at South Africa. That is our future. If we do not, as Shiloh Hendrix puts it, tribe up. Yeah, I would rather stand with Shiloh Hendrix than somebody fat and disgusting like Tizian. Let me read some of these comments really quick. Let me see. The story is that you ask everyone to give her money, then a lot of people listen to you. Good. Yeah, I mean, just donate $1, $5 here, $5 there. It doesn't matter. This is all about a white person daring to speak the magic word without fear, in my opinion. If white people are unafraid of black people, that is a major threat because blacks are okay, I don't know if I can read that last part. Hope you've been all right, buddy. I've been really great, man. Thank you. What's up, Chaz? What's up? We got other people saying hi. Midget 212, Froggy. For the watchfrogs, America has it, Europe doesn't. Yeah. Talk about Darth Vader being racist in Fortnite. Bro, I don't play Fortnite, man. I don't follow that shit. Civil rights violations only seems to apply to sodomites and minorities. They never apply to free speech, gun rights, and so forth. Those clips are really cute. Yeah, they were. Pause. Buffering. Am I back yet? Oh no, I only dropped 62 frames. I don't know why, but we should be good again. All right. Or did I lose you guys? Hold on. Let me check on my YouTube really quick. Make sure that I'm good. Because if I'm buffering, I'm gonna lose my shit. Again. All right. Or okay, no, I should be good. All right. But I did lose 62 frames. I don't know where that came from. But anyways, yeah, let's continue. Yeah, I just like is it not annoying that like petty instances or these petty disputes like this end up making international news? This is international news. Well, she ended up coming out and she made a statement. Let me see if I can find it. Or you know what? Let's just go through some of this stuff really quick first. So just to give you a taste of how vile and disgusting these people are. This is ancient history. You probably is, but she just made a post recently. You know what? Are these clips aren't even that interesting to me. I really don't feel like going over them. Let me go to my bookmarks. Let me see if I can find it.
Hi everyone.
Yeah, here we go.
Hendrix. I wanted to take a little time to talk to you all about what's been going on with my fundraiser and kind of the aftermath of the park situation. Also some concerns that have been brought to my attention. There are a lot of people who think that this has all been a scam, that I haven't been getting my money and that it's not going to me. I have gotten every dime of my money. It's all gone to me. Nobody's asked me for any money. So there's that. Rest assured, all the money has gone to me. When this first started, I had a handful of people helping me out. Anglo-Saxon Girl, Tom Hennessy, Paul Miller, and Ofsterbone, Avi. And they really just were kind of guiding me through this time and promoting my fundraiser and getting the word out there about everything that was going on. So I am forever grateful for all of them for that. And then the Avi thing happened where he got fired from his job and uploaded a video and started his own fundraiser. That had nothing to do with myself and the rest of the people that were involved. As soon as we found out the truth about all of that, I severed ties with him immediately. I am not married to him. I don't know him. I've never met any of these people. So I just want to shut that down right now. Yeah. When I first found out that the park video was going viral, it was terrifying, but not surprising, because obviously he was recording me. It was going to get out there at some point. I did not realize I was going to have so much support and have all of you people rally around me and have my back in this situation. And it was very overwhelming, and I am so grateful for you all for that. When this first happened and I went on X and I saw Anglo-Saxon Girl had posted my video, I messaged her and I was like, hey, that's me. Just kind of needing somebody like-minded to talk to. And of course she didn't know it was me, so we went through the whole process of, proving who I was. And that's when we kind of got the whole fundraiser started and set up. And yeah, the rest of that is history. I also just want to say how proud I am of everybody and just showing what can happen if we tribe up and if we stick together and if we keep fighting back. Our future, our existence depends on standing up for ourselves and not backing down. And we just have to keep on going. There's no other option. I mean, what else are we going to do? You can't be afraid of words. Don't be afraid of the people who are so fragile to a word. I am just so thankful for you all. We are in the process of looking for a home. We have looked at some, getting out of the state and starting a new life. And I want to have a quiet life. I don't plan on, being an influencer. I don't plan on doing interviews. That's just not something that I would ever want to do. It's not on my agenda. So maybe someday, but I don't foresee it happening anytime soon. We're all doing okay. We've been moving around a lot. It's been an adventure. It's fun to see new places and, been kind of an outlaw.
Hell yeah.
Again, I just want to say that I am so grateful for all of my supporters and all of my people who have been with me through all of this. And yeah, I haven't said anything on here. I haven't done any sort of videos or spoke to anybody really. So I feel like it was about time to clear the air and just kind of, keep you updated with what's going on.
I would love to interview her. I would really, really love to interview her. I think she'd be an interesting person to talk to. She did show a lot of bravery. During the initial park incident, they're calling her like Joan of Park and stuff like that. It's really, really funny that she's kind of taken on this persona because of her standing up to this illegal alien guy from Somalia who has a very weird, shady past, spending time with little kids. I'm not going to elaborate further, but yeah, whatever. Trump should deport him. Send him to El Salvador. That'd be great. Yeah, dude, she is brave. She's being pursued by this military-aged male. And she said, no, fuck you. I'm not gonna put up with your shit. I'm not gonna put up with any of these people's shit. Like they're trying to steal my stuff and they're making my life miserable. And she stood her ground. And even in the Give, Send, Go, it's like, fucking dying of laughter reading it. And I'm really glad a lot of people stepped up. But it did remind me a lot of the what I said about the Carmelo Anthony situation. I said to myself, I'm like, whatever side of the Carmelo Anthony incident that you land on, what's certain is the death of race relations in this country. I don't know if we're going to go back. I don't think we're going to go back. I think there's going to be a lot of hidden resentment, a lot of mistrust among groups. will become more divided and fractured as a result of the Carmelo Anthony thing, and people are noticing. People are seriously noticing shit, and noticing is now mainstream. So us frogs, being hipsters that we are, we have to move on to something else because noticing is not cool anymore. We got to do something else. And yeah, I mean, this is a kind of like a byproduct of the Carmelo Anthony thing. It's like, yeah, dude, people are so like there's no version of America that I grew up in that would ever make this woman nearly a millionaire. But we're in that place now. Let's see. Let me read some of these comments here. Let's see. Joe isn't in the Discord. He's to Rainbow to H. I don't know what that means. Does Julian want me to join tonight? You can join, dude. I'm not in there right now. No one's in there right now. I'm not in there right now though. Geez, you're never involved in anything, and you're very active tonight. What's going on here? Gio is terrified of the Discord. No, dude. I told you guys, like, I don't pay attention to Discord at all. I really only talk to people that I like personally know nowadays. It's just I can't be bothered with it, and I try not to like foster or like give rise to parasocial relationships. Let me see. Let me go on Discord. Yeah, I was reading him earlier, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Hold on. Chaz is here. Yo, what's up, buddy? Can you hear me?
Yeah. I hope you've been doing well.
Yeah, I've been doing great, man. Let me see. Hold on. Let me make sure that you can go.
Yeah.
You can see what I'm looking at. Hold on 1 second. It's been a minute. I have not been on this computer in so long.
Yeah, everybody's being all, Gio, where is he? Where is he? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like the only one who defends you by saying some like, probably, living life.
Yeah, working, living life. Yeah, that's actually 100% accurate. I have notifications turned off, so I don't like to read fucking like 20 notifications on my phone. It's like, oh, Zombie Bomb posted anime. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Fucking dumb bitch. Let me see. Here we go. All right, so now you can see what I'm saying. Yeah, you guys missed the part where he said he doesn't like any of us and keeps everyone muted because we bother him. That's not what I said at all. I'm just in general, like I hate notifications. The only things that I have like notifications for is like Facebook, because it's just like my friends only. I had to turn off Instagram because Instagram is really fucking annoying. Text messages, but there was like this massive update for the Android phone, and it's like I'm getting like all these notifications, and like I don't know how to do anything anymore. I'm a fucking boomer. Like I'm terrified. It's making me angry. I think it's funny to complain. No, it's okay. I'm just not gonna see it, Brad. I'm not gonna see it. Yeah, like even like Zombie Bomb like messaged me, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna respond to this shit. Again, I'm not trying to foster no parasocial relationship. And none of that, like you have a boyfriend. Fuck off. Gio has 55 hours in the past 2 weeks on Steam, so that's weird. No, I don't actually. I'm not really playing video games. There's other people using my computer, but it isn't me. Yeah, sorry, that was it. We're not his friends. My bad. It's not what I said. It just, like there's got to be boundaries, healthy boundaries. Yeah, so you think you saw me for 55 hours and not once did you bother to say hi? Dude, that's how I know you're a fake one, Cheese. What's going on, man? Dude, you act like I fucking molested you, bro. You won't even talk to me, even though I'm not like really on Discord. I was playing Liar's Bar the other night. Where were you, bro? Who was using your computer? How about none of your fucking business, bro? Since you want to ignore me and be all shady and weird. So yeah, no, guys, I apologize for neglecting the Discord, but like I said, I've been busy and I don't like to be on fucking texting shit on forums anymore. I'm not a kid anymore. So yeah, it is what it is. Let me see. Not even sure why I cared. I wish you hadn't been a... What? You wish you hadn't... So you wanted me to feel shitty? I don't know what you're trying to say, Zombie Bomb. It sounds really fucking mean.
She would rather you go through some kind of horrible accident to justify you just not being on the internet talking to people.
Like
is
guys,
really
like I can be fucking fake if you want me to, but I don't want to be fake. Like I can't just sit there and fucking like message people all day.
Am I the
Like
only person that like gets it, Geo? Where
yeah,
it's like you're doing shit. It's
yeah.
not that big a deal.
There was like a handful of content creators that I talked to recently, and they were telling me about um fuck, I can't even say, I can't even talk about this story because it's weird when people trust you and shit, and but they just told me that like people get the wrong idea about them, and they get the wrong impression about the kind of person that they are, and a lot of it has to do with how they portrayed themselves online, and they gave this false impression. And I'm not trying to give people the false impression about who or what I am. And what's important to me is really just like having fun doing a podcast, growing the Etsy store. And I have a couple projects and renovations that I'm working on right now. And like that has to take center stage. Like I can't be like fucking around, like messaging people, getting caught up in like, following up on some gay show or whatever. Like I just can't do that. You didn't neglect it. You stopped in to tell us we can't talk no more. That's not what I said. First off, that is a fucking lie. I remember what I said. It was a few days ago. I said that, dude, people were saying the fucking N-word in the chat. Which again, like I don't really care, but like YouTube fucks with the video, and they like disable shit on my channel when you guys do that. And there were people that got messages because of the hateful conduct in my Discord. I don't want to moderate it because I do not care what you guys say, but it is going to happen one day. Someone's going to get really mad at me because of a video that I make or something that I say on a stream or something I say in a tweet. And they're going to end up on that Discord channel and they're going to fucking report me. And they'll probably get me banned. They'll get the Discord channel banned because I don't do anything about it. Gio, how hard was your boyfriend blasting you, but you can play PUBG for 2,000 hours? Dude, I did not play PUBG for 2,000 hours. Jeez, why are you so mad at me? I don't even understand why you're mad. No, I figured out what it was. Probably they were trying to shut your Discord or channel down or something. It's really dumb that this is allowed to go on. Yeah, I know, especially because like it's not me that does anything, Like apparently YouTube is very and Twitch is also like that as well. Like Twitch will punish its creators for not fucking censoring certain words in the chat. Like there's no, like it's impossible for like a popular creator to deal with that shit. So they have to like set the chat like on super moderator mode, and they probably have to hire like 4 or 5 guys to moderate it, or maybe like 10 turbo sims. I don't know. I don't care. I'd rather just do this. Well, I switched to just posting gigs, but now you bitches about that too. I always bitch about anime. I don't like anime. Well, it's something I don't like. I just don't really care for it. So yeah. Anyways, what's up with you, Chaz? What's up with you, man? What have you been up to? Long time no talk.
Yeah, I watched the new Final Destination movie.
Ooh, so did I. We got to talk about it.
Sweet.
I do want to review it. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't my favorite. Let me see. Oh yeah, this is Tizian, by the way.
We'll like save that for when we actually talk about it.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the pop culture stuff relatively soon. I don't really want to watch all this stuff because this is old news. I should have done a stream when this happened. But everything that I was gonna say back then, I'm saying now anyways. And again, like how many of these videos can we really go over? BIPOC mad over cute white girl, fat libtard mad because white girl didn't bend the knee and cry before George Floyd's statue. So it's like whatever. The NPC characters from an anime. Cheese Vault, no it's not. It's from the NBC logo. Or the PBS logo, I apologize. Let's see. Ooh, what is this? This is probably really funny. So this is from Keisha Richardson. Of course, that's what she looks like. She's a whistleblower. Whistleblower, Native American. Wow. Very so. I'm going to try to sound like her. Y'all hate black people so much that you're willing to band together will female predators to preserve racism against a 5-year-old autistic black boy. Yeah, first off, again, I'm not gonna say anything bad about the kid because he's a kid. But he didn't look 5 years old. Motherfucker looked like he was like 11 or 12. And again, everyone keeps saying that he's autistic. Again, I don't see any evidence of this. I don't know where people are coming up with this. He's 5 years old and autistic. Like, I've seen 5-year-olds before. They didn't look like that. No. And to the tune of helping her raise over $90K, it's actually almost $1 million at this point. This is disgusting. People like you are a disgrace to Americans. Speak for yourself. You're a fool if you think that preserving that woman's racism benefits you as a man. I'm not preserving anything. I'm just countering Tizzy Int and other people who I believe to be terrorists like himself. These people disgust me. They are far worse than Shiloh and her alleged racism. How about that? The one thing is worse. Preserving that predator's rights to target young boys affects men regardless of skin color. Well, she's not a predator. Again, if you read the story correctly, she was the one that was a victim of an alleged crime. Although it's not technically a crime because he's a little kid, but whatever. You are aiding in the destruction of young men. Well, he's not a man. He's a kid. You are a man before you are white, sir. Then again, there might be more in common with racists and predators than we all might have realized. I suppose it was high time that the world find out. Nevertheless, this is the level of sickness that knows no bounds. Unhinged. Yeah, I don't care. This probably sounded really fucking like this probably went hard, like in her mind, but it's kind of like a really stupid thing to say. You write at a 4th grade level. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Probably, yeah, she writes like a 5-year-old.
Because she has the same colors. I'm sorry, but you're telling me we need to help our own. Well, who are our own? Because quite frankly, this woman is a predator. Any adult that takes pleasure in harming a child or attacking a child is a predator. That woman went after a 5-year-old autistic boy who happens to be black and is calling him the N-word.
Nah, I don't think so. Is this her? Is she wearing a MAGA hat? What's going on here? Doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. Again, this is about the racism, but the calls for violence need to be stopped. All right, let's continue. What is this, guys?
Was at a park where $250,000 was raised for a woman who called a child the N-word.
What happened?
A woman was at a park where she found a 5-year-old boy and started calling him the N-word. A stranger saw her and started recording her and said, "Why did you call that child the N-word?" She said, "Because he is one." The woman looked to be over the age of 40.
Oh my God.
She then called the person recording the N-word and said that child stole from her child and that's why she called him that, because he deserves it and he's acting like one. The recorder couldn't
Who
believe
talks to a child that way? How old was the child?
The child was about 5 years old and he was artistic. As a result, her name, address, and social security number were leaked, so she set up donations online. And she raised $250,000 to relocate.
To relocate?
And guess what? Yes, 4,000 people donated and gave her the money.
They gave her the money?
Yeah. $250,000. Her number and workplace were also exposed.
Wow, what type of world do we live in where people are defending active racists and horrible people online that are detrimental to the children of our society?
She posted that she's not going to live in fear and refuses, which is ironic because she taught the black kids to now live in fear.
You reap what you
like
sow.
her.
If you're a horrible person, horrible things are going to happen to you.
She didn't
Although I do not advocate for anything illegal happening.
Dude, what does this have to do with Trump? Why do people want to make all these fucking fake hate crimes about the president? It's so weird.
This is not the country we all live in. And yes, she was lying.
Well, the voices are great. All right, so we get the point. Let me see. We got to move on from this. I don't know. What did you think of the what did you think of all the Shiloh Hendrix stuff, Chaz?
I mean, I was not surprised. I mean, I just kind of like rolled my eyes, like, okay.
I was watching a Under Chronic stream. I was able to catch one live, and I don't know what he was doing, but it looked like he jumped into like a call or onto like a different show, and it was like a bunch of like black supremacists, but they were like all agreeing with Shiloh or something. He's like, yo, these gringos are wild. I'm like, yeah. Oh, well, here's a really funny response from that conspiracy guy, Ian Carroll. because if the whites and blacks are fighting, what are they not going to do? Or what are they not doing? They're not looking at the bankers, hedge fund managers, government intelligence agencies, corruption that's actually destroying our country and global economy for their ends. It's like, guys, can we just please go back to complaining about Israel? No, fuck you. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. All that shit's retarded. It's got nothing to do with me. Shiloh Hendrix is 1,000 times more interesting. God, you're a retard. So, dude, this is like what really like made a lot of people just hate Ian Carroll, including myself. I think he kind of sucks now. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna unfollow him because he sucks. There we go. Bernie Sanders lost, by the way. You don't have to pretend the bankers are trying to divide us stuff is meaningful. Yeah, it really isn't. Yeah, people who say that shit just sound retarded. It doesn't matter what side you're on. Yeah, dude, you have a minority group. There's these violent activists trying to create a minority rule in this country and subjugate people of European stock. Yeah, I don't really give a fuck about Israel, dude, or the bankers, or the hedge fund managers. Ooh, yeah, just like imagine like it's like, oh yeah, dude, you know, I'm about to get laid off from my job and. You know, my health isn't that great, and my car's making a weird noise. But we got to worry about the hedge fund managers. Shut the fuck up. Get some fucking perspective, you goddamn retards. Oh, look at this cringe. The only thing the establishment truly fears. Oh,
Yeah.
it's pretty fucking retarded. Let's see. I knew you were just controlled opposition. This isn't the 90s anymore. Your trite libertarian aphorisms are dead on arrival. Yeah, guys. You would know that I've been captured by I don't know, like a think tank or maybe like the GOP hired me. If I'm like, guys, like, stop talking about replacement. Like, we got to worry about the bankers. We got to worry about the CIA. Like that's how you know I'm done. That's how you know that I'm being like paid a lot more money than I deserve. Damn, dude. After this guy went on Rogan, he sold out like the iPhone. All right, let's see. Let's move on. Let me see if there's any other interesting cringe. Do they not understand they are 13% of the... Yeah, I don't care.
Joe, I gotta hop out for like, you know, a couple minutes.
Yeah, don't worry about it, man.
Yeah, I'll be back on in like 15, 20.
Yeah.
And then we can talk about Final Destination or whatever.
Yeah, we're getting there. I'll wait for you to come back. Let me see. Why are you so focused on old ass news tonight? Because I've been gone for 3 weeks and there's just nothing interesting to talk about other than the Joe Biden stuff, which I do have queued up in a minute. Hold up. This actually has nothing to do. This has to do with the Afrikaners. By the way, you're old ass news. Shut up, you fucking slut. Dear South Africans entering the U.S.
Good morning. This is for the South Africans who are going to be entering the United States. This is just a public service announcement. I just wanted to make you aware that the black people who were students during apartheid, we're grandmas and grandpas now, and we have the ear of Gen Z. One more thing. I also want to let you know that our president, he has Secret Service. And you will not.
Did I just hear a beep?
He has Secret Service, and you will not. I also want to tell you that black people over here are empowered. These are just public service announcements. When you get here, sit your ass down and don't touch nothing. Because you don't have Secret Service. Okay.
Yeah, but neither do you. Neither do I. Like, what is she talking about? Dude, these fucking bitches are retarded. This is an influencer? Dude, she's probably paid by like USAID, like some remnant of the USA that's USAID that's still working. Let's see. Nothing interesting. The fucking Diddy trial is halfway through week 2. Bro, who gives a fuck, P. Diddy? Like, who gives a fuck? Fuck P. Diddy. He's probably gonna get away with it. Who cares? Like, you're a fucking retard. Like, people who are like really into that, they're like, oh wow, can you believe that this happened? Yeah, because they brag about it in their fucking shitty ass music. Like, it's not a secret that this happens. And you can't even live stream the trial. You have to watch like a lawyer. I'm again, it's just not interesting to me. Talk about the India and Paki war. Too spicy? No, it's over as far as I can tell. They're cooled down. Daddy Trump daddied up on them both, and now they're chill. There are new pictures of Epstein Island, like inside the temple and shit. Yeah, I saw that from James O'Keefe. It's pretty interesting, but like much like the Epstein thing is a little bit more interesting. But again, like people are like really upset with Pam Bondi and Kash Patel and even President Trump because they were supposed to release information about Epstein and his client list and all the kid fucking. And people were like, release the tapes. Look, it's obvious that little children were preyed upon by these PDF documents in Hollywood, by the so-called bankers and the hedge fund managers in New York. None of that is like a secret. Like, and if people are disgusted about it and they don't like it, like I don't like it, you step away from consuming their products. No more Cape shit, no more Star Wars shit. None of that garbage. You can't be giving these people your money because they use that money and they start fucking little kids. But that's a tall order for a lot of these fucking retards on that are all about that culture war bullshit. Because they just love crying about Mexican Snow White. Bella Ramsey looks like a potato. This other actress, her eyes are too far apart. Why is she in everything? That one bitch, Zendaya, looks like a little goblino. It's like, okay, dude, all this shit sucks. I don't disagree with you, but you keep giving them your money and your attention. Again, if you want to hurt the people on the Epstein client list, you can't give them your money. Not only that, I have faith that Orange Man is going to go after these people legally. And somebody who used to work for the government and is kind of familiar with these matters, let's pretend that Kash Patel and his people, the people that Trump trusts, they have the tapes. And they're like, holy fuck, Epstein and all these Hollywood PDF documents, they're doing all this awful stuff to children. You do realize that they're going to go to prison if they publish that information publicly. You can't just publish content of little children being victimized by members of the Hollywood elite circles, people in the acting industry, people in the music industry, so on and so forth. You can't just publish those. For whatever reason, Joe Biden or the Obama administration, none of them were interested in bringing any of the people that were engaged in the activities on that island to justice. But this was a campaign promise. For whatever reason, nobody wanted to act on it. But now they're trying to. My hope is the reason why they're not publishing anything is because they're going to have to. They're going to have to. They're going to have to charge people first. And they're going to have to drag them through court. And it's going to be a big public affair. It's like, yeah, we have to go after Anderson Cooper. We're going to have to go after Tom Hanks. We're going to go after the creator of The Simpsons. We're going to have to go after Bill Gates, so on and so forth. Leonardo DiCaprio. Bill Clinton. Fucking Hillary Clinton. Who knows? You have to build a case against these people. And you have to do it properly. You can't just collect this information and then just publish it freely because there's going to be information about the victims. And not only that, it's really possible a lot of these victims are dead. So I don't know how this is going to play out, but waiting to see instead of chimping out and being retarded like a lot of members of the dissident right are, I think that's more important. I think that's a lot more important, more interesting. The Diddy thing, it's like, dude, yeah, probably. P. Diddy is probably the Black Epstein, but what am I going to do? I don't give those people my money. I agree. Stop consuming their nonsense. Let it rot on the vine. For thousands of years, we didn't have the radio to listen to, talk to people IRL. Sacrifice Netflix in Hollywood. Yeah, absolutely. And it's not even just like a sacrifice. It's like the right thing to do. Like your worldview, your brain health improves when you don't feed it junk. So much like the body can die from consuming the goy slop. Well, there's other goy slop, like bad rap music. Well, that's doesn't make any sense because all rap is bad. It's like listening to rap music, listening to watching some woke shit on Netflix. Like, that's bad for you physically. It hurts your brain. That's your brain health that we're talking about here. And again, if people hate the group that you shall not name or criticize, like, okay, stop giving them your money. It is the smallest sacrifice you can make. Absolutely, Buckaroo Banzai. Absolutely. I have faith that something is gonna happen. That people are gonna be brought to justice. Goy Slap of the Soul. I like that. Goy Slap of the Soul. That's a good one. I feel like we got to shop that around a little bit. We got to shop that around and get a little bit more creative. But yeah, it's pretty disgusting. Hello, user. Welcome. Who joined?
What up, Gio?
Hey, what's up, Spencer? How you doing, buddy?
Doing all right, man. Doing all right.
Dude, you missed out on Hackmania, dude.
I know, dude. I was still getting over shit.
I know you're. Dude, I told you, I was like, look, man, don't even think about it. Don't even worry about it. Like, I know you're not doing well, but I don't know, bro. I see you like posting on your stories. You're going out. You're like shooting guns and shit.
I'm getting better, but I just didn't have the budget to go up to Vegas.
Nah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty pricey. We'll talk about it later. Let's see. I only watch YouTube streams, mangas, old classic Hollywood, classic video games, and sometimes anime. Gave up the Netflix Hollywood crap a long time ago. Okay, well, that's good. I don't know how I feel about the old classic Hollywood. Well, not all of it's bad, but like, dude, it's just so weird, man. Because like, you look back at some of, like the classic 80s and 90s stuff. Like a lot of that stuff was like rah America, like very Americana, like Angels in the Outfield, I think, or Field of Dreams. That's what I meant. Field of Dreams. Like it was like just super pro America, very jingoistic. But now it's just like white man bad, America bad, orange man bad, and it's like, oh god, dude, whatever you fucking say, man. I'm just so over it, Yeah. So how you been, buddy? Other than getting over shit.
It's day by day process, so it's been good. Just interesting life events. I'll tell you after the stream. But
are you single again?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm good. I'm good on that regard.
I was curious. So on the note of the Afrikaners, Hillary Clinton comes out, dude, looking like a very, very masculine Emperor Palpatine. Hillary Clinton slams Trump for encouraging American families to have more children. Says that that's what immigrants are for. Dude, again, like when people are like, "Oh, dude, you're a fucking Nazi, you're a fucking mustache man enjoyer, you talk about replacement, blah 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 blah." I'm like, I don't like to talk about it, but like one of the most prominent leaders of the Democratic Party, you know, once again is admitting that this is real.
As I posted the other day, this very blatant effort to basically send a message, most exemplified by Vance and Musk and others, that, you know, what we really need from you women are more children. And what that really means is you should go back to doing what you were born to do, which is to produce more children.
Yeah, God forbid women start families. Ooh.
And they're talking about, you know, cash benefits for the more children you have. This has been tried, by the way, in other countries, and it has not worked. Or medals if you have 6 children, while they're contemplating cutting Medicaid.
Yeah, for illegal aliens, not like, you know, old Bettys and shit.
While they have no interest in paid family leave or funding quality.
Why would you need paid family leave if you have a bunch of children and you're caring for them yourself? Like, it just doesn't make a lot of sense.
Child care, they're cutting Head Start. I mean, you go down the...
Yeah, dude, you don't want child care. You know who should be providing child care? The fucking parents. You don't want strangers watching after your kids because no one's going to love and protect your kids like the actual parents are.
List of all the programs that support child rearing and the care of children and create, you know, some safety net for women who are in the workforce, the formal workforce, as well as, you know, raising children. So this is another performance about concerns they allegedly have for family life. But if you had read the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025, despite Trump saying he knew nothing about it, if you had read it, it's all in there. It's all in there. Return to the family, the nuclear family, return to being a Christian nation, return to, you know, producing a lot of children, which is sort of odd because the people who produce the most children in our country are immigrants, and they want to deport them. So
Jesus Christ, dude.
None of this adds up. But, you know, one of the reasons why our economy did so much better than comparable advanced economies across the world is because we actually had a replenishment, because we had a lot of immigrants, legally and undocumented, who had a, larger than normal, by American standards, families.
You know, it's funny. They're like, oh, well, it doesn't work. Giving, the tax incentives or whatever to these American women that are having children, like, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. But, like, did she not just admit these illegal aliens, like, this isn't up for dispute. This isn't a debate. Illegal aliens get free housing, free food, free Obama phones, free cars. Dude, they get free everything. I used to work at Costco, and I would see these people fucking roll up in giant, suburban SUVs, fucking Navigators, Tahoes, just, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 SUVs. They roll up in these fucking cars. You get like 8 of these little motherfuckers jumping out of this thing like a fucking clown car, doing the Macarena, and they spend about like $3,000 to $4,000. They have the giant like push carts, not even like a regular shopping cart, like the push cart, and they stack it with fucking food. And they do this at the end or the beginning of the month because that's when their welfare benefits replenish. So they're getting all this free shit, and they keep squirting out all these fucking babies. The babies are having babies. But for some reason, that only works on them and no one else. It's almost like it's never been tried for any other group except for these illegal alien criminals that, violate the sovereignty of America. And once again, we have another prominent Democrat attacking the nuclear family, attacking the family structure. I mean, the jig is up. Like, it's obvious why. Strong families are independent. Strong families are that. They're strong. They don't need to rely on the stupid fucking Democratic Party, their moronic, soulless, empty platitudes. They don't need. They don't give a fuck about all their fear mongering bullshit about the climate. Like they're strong communities with strong bonds. They don't care about any of this woke bullshit. They don't want to import people from dangerous countries into the United States, living next to them, victimizing their children. Which is what we saw with Lake and Riley. Again, they hate the family. What else happens when you have strong families? When you have strong ties within the community? It's different. It's difficult to victimize the children that come from strong families. It's very difficult to prey on them, to take advantage of them, to do horrible, nasty things to them, if you know what I mean. Democrats hate strong families. Predators hate strong families. Creepy people hate strong families, full stop. If anyone comes out and they start attacking strong families, strong, wholesome American families, I know that person's a pedophile. That person is a creep. That person's up to no good. I wouldn't trust that person around a stray cat. That's how fucking disgusting they are to me. And here we have the most prominent Democrat, Hillary Clinton, rebuking a very simple non-statement from the vice president, J.D. Vance. Have more families, more American babies, the better. And I agree with that. I love living in a community where the children can play, strong, wholesome families. That makes me feel good. It gives me purpose, sort of. Like I have a higher calling to look after this community, because the vulnerable people depend on it. And those families make my community better. They make it worth living here. Only a disgusting, duplicitous freak would be repulsed by that notion. The British are thinking of exempting Muslims from I thought that already happened, MTMG. I think that already happened, but follow up with that. Same here. I stopped liking Hollywood when it started to make the Marvel universe woke as fuck. Probably around the Captain Marvel time period. I don't know when it became around the time I was getting red pilled. I don't know if it was Captain Marvel that really like made it woke.
Oh god, yeah.
I haven't watched any of those movies in years, bro. It's been years. I haven't watched the Star Wars shit in like over 5 years.
Watched them.
No.
Don't lie.
Yeah, we were cuddling. I was stroking his hair and his neck beard while we were watching all the cape shit online. No, I'm kidding. No, I haven't watched in a long time. I don't know. I see what everybody else sees like on Twitter and shit, and then we all laugh. There's been woke movies since at least the late '80s. Give or take, give or take. It wasn't as bad as it is now, but they snuck it in everywhere though. Let's see. Man, we gotta talk about this this Biden shit, the cover up, bro.
Can I first say something about
Yeah, go
Hillary
ahead.
Clinton?
Yeah. What were you gonna say about Hillary?
I was gonna say it's funny how they say the quiet part out loud that they want illegals.
Yes.
Let's say it correctly, in the country, because guess what? They're easier to control than the American population. Just saying.
That might be changing though, because a lot of these this rise of the somewhat the not manager. I don't know how to just for the lack of better words, working class Latinos, entry level white collar Latinos, they're clicking up with the whites and they're voting like them, they're behaving like them. And it is a very, very large demographic. And again, like the way that they're acting now is how they were acting in prisons. Like, and I'm not trying to like, let me hold on. Let me explain something really quick. The neo-Nazi skinhead types in prison, like they link up, they click up with like Latin gangs and shit. I don't know how that happened or why. They just do. Like they roll together and they do business together in jail and afterwards, especially if they're part of like organized crime and shit. And we're seeing some of that type of cooperation among the general population of whites and Latinos or Hispanics or whatever, in the political world. And it's interesting because let's say the Latino or Hispanic demographic, they don't really, they don't flex their political muscle, if you will, the way that African Americans have. And that's because very early on, they had to get politically active, for the sake of the, civil rights, Emancipation Proclamation, ending slavery or abolition of slavery, so on and so forth, Jim Crow, redlining, et cetera, et cetera. So they had to fight a lot of battles. And a lot of the activism sprung forth from the church. And it was always very well organized. And some of the heavy hitters in the Democratic Party, they lived through that. They lived through that strife, that civil strife. And the Latinos just didn't do that. They didn't endure that at all. They don't have that unique history that African Americans did, because for the most part, the majority of them resided in the Southwest. And yeah, I mean, that's just, but now, what happened in 2008, after the recession, a lot of the working class Latinos, a lot of the younger Latinx families that were legalized around that time, they were so horrified at Republican rule because of the recession and all the horror from the Iraq War. For almost a decade, they were voting reliably with the Democratic Party. And all that changed because of President Trump. And now more than ever, the Trump's coalition, the MAGA movement, if you will, it is as corny as it sounds, like it is diverse, and for better, for worse. I mean, that's just how it is. And I prefer that than over, what a lot of these like dissident right bros are trying to like sell. Because I'm not really down with the so-called new dissident right. By the way, the new dissident right is more like, it's more diverse and inclusive and fucking retarded than like the MAGA movement is. I mean, look at the figureheads of this new dissident racist right. Like you have Kanye West, black dude, who is a self-admitted cuck, who literally admits to sucking dick, and yeah, this guy's like the leader of the fucking Nazis now. So it is what it is, man. I got nothing to do with all that shit. Who just joined?
Yeah, I'm back.
What's up, Bat? Welcome back, buddy. We're about to get to the pop culture stuff really soon. Let me see.
Finally, the good shit.
Yeah, we got to get to the fun stuff, because a lot of this political stuff is just not that interesting. Like the cover up the Biden cancer thing. Do you have any strong opinions about that, guys?
I mean, you think that they would be in the know, that they would protect their own, that they would give him the hydroxychloroquine, or was it ivermectin, pembodazole, or it's like a triple like anti-parasite thing that they can give people, and it's allegedly clearing cancer. You think if he had that, they would actually be giving him that treatment, or is he not useful anymore to them, and they're just gonna just say, "Oh, sorry, bud, you're
Dude,
gone."
I have no idea. I mean, there's so many threads to pull on. I don't even know where to begin. All I know is that you guys can track it. I was one of the first and honest content creators that was willing to admit that the 2020 election was rigged and that Joe Biden was physically ill. I've just said that so many times. I'm like, dude, this guy's sick. This guy's sick. As a former insider, former employee of the DNC. I've worked with people who know Joe Biden. They grew up with this guy, and they're like, yeah, dude, he is sick. This dude is physically ill. He does not have the physical stamina, ability, if you will, to do this job. And we had a fake rigged election. We had a fake presidency. Everything about Joe Biden was fake. This wholesome working class show, he was never working class. He was always one of the rich bitches of society. He was a truck driver. No, he was not. Like he everything about him is fake. He's a civil rights warrior. No, he was not. The guy was kind of a racist. Which is whatever. It's like the least worst thing about him. Fake doctor wife. Oh man. Now like people are speculating whether or not he's faking having cancer. Guys, I don't know. I mean,
what happens when the elite are done with their puppets?
Nothing really. Let's see. Oh, somebody asked, Chaz, what's your favorite woke movie?
Oh shoot.
Do you even have one?
I mean, I could always just go for some glup shitto Marvel slop as an answer, but I'm trying to think of like some more out of the box.
Or just go like woke Disney. That well, I guess that's the same boat, right?
No, like that. It's too easy, you know.
The Joker is probably my favorite woke movie.
Yeah, probably
Okay.
Joker.
Oh God. Oh man. Dude,
I mean,
a lot of
when
fucking
Eric
people watching.
July starts making his movies for ISOM, then the theatrical release of ISOM, that'll be my favorite one.
Dude, fuck you.
Imagine it. You're sitting in the theater, like that could be your chicken jockey moment where you're sitting in theater. ISOM says this famous catchphrase of like whatever the fuck it is, right? And that's when you stand up and scream, "That's my ISOM! Let's go!"
Dude, I think
so happy.
we'll be in the theater and be like, I can't fly. I don't know. Dude, I met somebody at Hackmania who went viral online. We were actually pretty close now. He's a homie. And we've been talking. Dude, this guy's going to go to Comic-Con in Texas. And he's going to troll the fucking shit out of Eric July. And we're drinking some beers, we're smoking some cigarettes, and we're brainstorming on how we're going to fuck with this guy. And to be continued, I'm not going to spoil it, but dude, Eric July's going to get fucking trolled on, bros. He's going to get trolled on so fucking hard. He's going to fucking run and cry and call the manager. Like that's how hard he's going to get goofed on. And it's all going to be in good taste, it's just trolling. No one's going to get hurt. It's not illegal. But yeah, dude, like Eric July keeps calling the cops on people. Like there's multiple people that have come out that have been discovered to have had the cops called on them, and of course the audio is released and shit. It's like the funniest thing in the world. So yeah, the trolling will continue, and it's going to be great. Unfortunately, I won't be there. But
Is it San Diego Comic-Con he's going to?
No,
or...
it's in Texas. If it was in San Diego, I'd probably make the trip because I have family and friends out there, and I'm sure they'd let me stay. But yeah, the like one of my ideas is like, oh, dude, try to like pretend to interview him, and it's like you're gonna hold what everyone will think is a microphone, but it's actually a shaver, like a razor. Like that'd be pretty funny, because the whole shave my arm. Because Riley promised to or threatened to hold down Eric July and shave with an electric razor his hairy arms because he's so hairy like a Wolverine, like a little Sasquatch. So yeah, that'd be pretty funny. Yeah, and there's like some challenges that Riley put out to people. It's like, hey, You need to record yourself, and whoever gets like the funniest reaction from Marriage to Lies sends to me, and like you'll win like $300 or something. So again, I would love to have done this, and I feel like because of who I am, I'm able to kind of get things out of people that they otherwise would not put out. So I think I'd win. I think I'd have a good shot. So I just bestowed my trolling knowledge onto this young man who is going to risk his life and well-being to do this.
It's on you, Gio.
Yeah, well, he was gonna do it anyways. It's not like I told him he's gonna have to do this and do it that way, but like he's going to do it. I just gave him some ideas. So yeah, I got censored for saying something bad about Biden's doctors. I had that coming. Didn't misspell enough. Oh man, yeah, dude, you got to be careful. Dude, it's just so weird. Like the whole thing. It's just like you can make comments about President Trump being fat, being mentally ill. You can bring on all these doctors and psychologists on CNN, and you can speculate that he's a psychopath and a sociopath or whatever. You can pretend that like President Putin has cancer, but don't you dare insinuate that Joe Biden is sick, which he obviously was. I'm like, dude, the guy was going up the stairs. The dude was like wandering around the stage like fucking Ozzy Osbourne. The only difference is Ozzy Osbourne was acting. Fucking Christ.
Speaking of Ozzy, if I had the money right now, I would totally go to that last show in the UK that they're doing it.
Dude, I really love No More Tears. That was such a great album. It's one of my favorite albums growing up as a kid. I was in middle school when I got into that.
Although I gotta say, I'm more of a Dio Days Black Sabbath. Just because Children of the Sea is just such an awesome like song.
You know, like Black Sabbath was really good. Black Sabbath had a lot of fucking bangers, but when he was just Ozzy and he had like Zakk Wylde, was Zakk Wylde in Black Sabbath or was it just when he was just Ozzy?
That's a good question.
I don't think Zakk Wylde was in Black Sabbath. I'm almost certain of that. So like Zakk Wylde just fucking tears it up, and he really elevated the tracks. Like See You on the Other Side, brilliant rock ballad. Yeah. No, anyways,
he was just
I digress.
Ozzy's.
Let me see. God damn, dude, I was gonna talk about this fucking movie. The one with like the vintage vampires with what's his face. When the villain is an unrelenting monster but not a bigot. Top character tropes.
Wasn't Wild in one of Rob Zombie's bands too?
What?
Oh no, he was Black Label Society.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's where I recognize him from. Seen him there. And then Pantera.
Yeah. Zakk Wylde, you mean?
Yeah, Zakk Wylde is in Pantera, Black Label Society, and then Black Sabbath.
Yeah. I should have put this in the cringe section. This is a very unorganized show. We're going to talk about Bloodlines in a second. But Katy Perry is still wondering why she's struggling to sell concert tickets. It might have something to do with her dancing next to a giant toilet bowl with a big dancing shit sticking out of it.
What is she, Amber Heard now?
The fuck is going on? Dude, I don't know about you, but like, there's a guy out there that can be like, yeah, I'm a big piece of shit. I would. And he literally is. Like, it's his job.
I wish I was that piece of shit.
Yeah, you want to be stroked by Katy Perry's 40-year-old hand?
All I'm saying is, like, the second they tell me, hey, Chaz, look, man, you gotta get in the poo costume, I would embrace that role. I would have such an energy about it. It's like, I'm the turd that will not be flushed. Like, I am sticking around, and you're gonna learn to love me.
Yeah, so
dude, I need to make a turd puppet. That would be fucking great. A poo puppet.
I'm just gonna say,
yes.
Dude, poo puppet. Oh my god, dude, how fucking funny would it be if the NPC puppet and the poo puppet were like my best sellers on Etsy? That'd be so fucking hilarious. Oh man. Well, anyways, we gotta look up Bloodlines because we just saw this movie that just recently came out. Final Destination.
I'm just really upset you ignored my Amber Turd comment.
Oh, bro, like I don't give a fuck about Amber Turd. Where's Rotten Tomatoes? Here we go. Rotten Tomatoes. No. Dude, I don't like the way that they have this fucking website structure. Best and popular. No. Let's just click on movies. Here we go. Where are you hiding? Dude, it's supposed to be like the most popular movie. Like, what the fuck? In theaters? Yeah, in theaters. Oh, here it is. Final Destination 2. I'm gonna have to disagree with this tomato score. So the tomato meter, the certified critics are saying this is a 92%.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
The audience is saying 89%, and
I give it like a 70 at most. It's like,
dude, I'll give it like a D plus, a 65% solid. Dude, okay, so Chad, I'll let you go first. What did you think of this movie? What were your expectations going into it, and how did you feel afterwards?
So when it comes to like expectations, I was thinking to myself, it's a movie. It's the next installment in a movie franchise that hasn't had one in a bit. So I was expecting a lot of extra fan service that like the diehard Final Destination fans would get. And it's like they showed the log truck like 3 or 4 separate times. At the very end of the movie, the very final kill is due to a bunch of logs. So like when I saw that, I was like, okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, I was expecting stuff like that. I got it. I was expecting like the deaths to be relatively creative, and a few of them did catch me off guard. Like in the trailer, it looked like the guy jumping on the trampoline would have been the catalyst to like one of the deaths, but no, like someone caught on to another thing, and it's like it was fun. Overall, it's exactly what I expected from the film, and I can't say I was disappointed in it.
I think after the first initial kills, like after like the dad dies at that cookout, it got really fucking boring. It was unbelievably boring, and it kind of sort of picked up when they were in the hospital and they got killed by that machine with the magnet.
MRI machine.
Yeah. I mean, and then after that, it was kind of jam packed with some action, but there was like a 25-30 minute. There was like 25-30 minutes of the film that was just so fucking boring, and even worse than all that, one, you bored the audience, so that's major points for you taken off. And like I've seen the other Final Destination movies, this did nothing new or creative at all in terms of storytelling, story building. So there's been like what, 6 or 7 of these films now.
I think that this one's number 6.
Yeah, and I just feel like the story really hasn't evolved or moved in any way creatively.
Yeah,
the only thing
you see, Gio, you see, like you're thinking about this, but it's like it's Final Destination. You need to tailor your expectations. You need to pull that shit back.
Look, I know that, but you can't just be like, we're releasing a new Pepsi drink. And then it's like, this tastes exactly like all the other Pepsis you release. Like, there's nothing new about this. And you're like, shut up and accept your Pepsi drink. No, I'm not going to accept that.
Well, all I'm saying is, like, if you were expecting this new Final Destination movie to do anything insane, it's like the most, like, game-changing thing it did is the idea that premonitions are now, like, running in your bloodline. I'm like, whatever.
Well, no, I mean, like, look, I can buy that. That. But, like, you have to do something interesting and creative. I mean, the film did nothing creative at all.
Gio, the creative stuff isn't how they die. It's like the Final Destination series, the plot has a very specific structure that does not do well with deviating from it. It's like they set up that some people have to die. Like that's the entire point of the film, is that people are guaranteed to die if no one intervenes. And it's either... The plot's either they intervene in time and keep each other alive, or they don't and they die a gruesome death. A plot like that, there's not much you could do creatively. I'm like, in some ways, the most creative thing that they did is like in the second one, the main character does technically die and she comes back, and they reference that.
Yes.
And then it's like at the very end of the film, one of the characters, like, she almost drowns, and the guy brings her back, and then it's revealed, I mean, you were just unconscious. You didn't actually die. And then it's like, oh, boom, reveal, another big disaster happens. And it's like, that's like the most creative thing you could do with this kind of plot structure. Like I said, Gio, this isn't like high art. It's Final fucking Destination.
Yeah,
Just
but
have
like,
fun
look,
with
if
it.
you're not gonna do or even attempt high art, like you can't fucking bore me for 30 minutes and like have
No,
nothing
I agree.
happen. And
No,
it's
like
just like they're
someone
just
should
being
have
all
died.
emo and
Like,
retarded about
there
things.
should have been like
and
one
I'm
or
just
two
like,
extra
no.
deaths between like the garbage truck and the MRI. Like 100%.
Yeah.
But-
And it's so funny because like just talking about this, like that one time a few streams before, I got all these recommendations for Final Destination clips, and there was one that I barely remember it, but there was like these like high school chicks or whatever. They're like doing like gymnastics in like the gymnasium, and like one of them like fucking like does like some jump or whatever. She like flips in the air, and then she like, I don't know, lands all fucked up, and she's like split in half or something. It was so fucking funny.
Snaps her neck.
Yeah, something like that. I remember like going with like a large group of friends. I think it was like the third or the fourth Final Destination, and we're just laughing our asses off at all the deaths. Like it was funny. I just didn't get that sense watching this shit. Like I wasn't like really like, haha, this is funny. I don't know. I just feel like, you know, there's just nothing holding these films together except for the guy over here on the top right, the black fella right here.
The Bloodworth guy, yeah.
Yeah, he was yeah, this guy's old school. Like he used to be, I think he was in like Dawn of the Dead movies or something like that, or like Night of the Living Dead. He was in like a bunch of zombie movies with hold on, let me see if I can find him. Cast and crew. Tony Todd, yeah.
Get some water. Be right back.
Yeah, go for it. Let me see. Where are your movies? Highest rated movies? View all. I don't know why they're not showing up. Show more. Oh, they're right here. Let me see. The bunker.
I do like the MRI kill, how like in the hospital they're fucking around the vending machine and you think, oh, it's gonna fall on him or something, right?
Yeah, oh
And
yeah.
but it doesn't, and then like the spring gets lodged out, but it doesn't go through the glass, but it still is the like deciding factor in how they die. I like.
Oh yeah, how they tease you with like how they're gonna die. They're like, oh no, he's gonna step on the, he's gonna fall into the barbecue grill. Oh, he's gonna, drink the glass and choke on it to death. And then it's just like, no, actually, he steps on the glass, he falls over, and like the dog starts the fucking lawnmower machine and it eats his face. Damn, this guy's been in a shit ton of movies. Yeah, Night of the Living Dead Origins. Oh no, that's not it. Dude, that movie came out in like 80, like before I was born. Like it came out like in the 70s or 90s.
70s or 90s?
Yeah.
Hey, what?
Yeah, he was in who does all George A. Romero? Who does all the fucking zombie movies? I'm trying to remember.
Are you talking about like the Resident Evil movies or what?
No, motherfucker, like the original like Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, the crazies.
Fuck, I don't know.
Oh, dude, I thought do you like heavy metal or not? It's not even heavy metal. You like all that fucking like cringe metal shit. You don't even know. Night of the Living Dead. What year did this come out? 1990. Yeah, so I was a fucking like barely born. Let me see. Where's the fucking writer? Cast and crew. Who wrote this shit? Who wrote this? I'm gonna go crazy if I can't figure out who wrote this. Not only ever. Why is it not telling me who wrote this? I'm pretty sure it was George Romero. Anyways, yeah. So
can I send you something stupid that might make you laugh?
Yeah, send it to me. Is it gonna be in Discord?
Yeah. Give me a sec. Like, you're gonna love this.
Night of the Living Dead is a 60s movie. Yeah, it probably is, but there was also a remake of it in the 90s. And that's the one that I'm talking about. I didn't see the one in the 60s. Yeah, the black guy not only ever did he was a teacher. Yeah, he was in this shit. Let me see. I'm in Discord right now. Let me see what you sent me. The fuck is this?
It's Jar Jar Binks breakdancing.
This is so horrible, dude. Is this like a Fortnite? Is this a Fortnite character? What is this?
No, it's Jar Jar Binks from Star Wars Episode
I know
1.
that's Jar Jar Binks, bro. I like Phantom Menace as a kid, but is this like something that's gonna happen in Fortnite though? Like, is this a
No. So I downloaded a software called Miku Miku Dance. It allows you to upload like 3D models and just like import dance like scripts and stuff, so you can just have characters. I can't have them do Fortnite dances, so it's like. But I can put it together myself to get whatever dumb shit I want.
That is kind of funny. That is kind of funny.
Yeah, I thought
that's enough autism for me today, though. Let's see. The first zombie film I watched is the original Dawn of the Dead, the Mall Zombies. That was great. I think the first zombie movie that I ever watched was actually that Night of the Living Dead. The one from George Romero. I keep saying that, but I don't even know. Hold on, cast and crew. Hold on, we're gonna put this shit to rest. I'm not moving on until, let's see, view all. There we go. Director, Tom Savini. Yeah, Tom Savini. Let's see, click on crew. Yeah, George Romero. Okay, I got it right. Yeah, he's the writer. Yeah, this guy wrote like a ton of these fucking zombie movies. The Crazies, the remake was really good. Not the 60s one, the 90s one. This is the 90s one, the 1990 release. So this is the one that I saw as a kid. I think I've seen clips of the one from the 60s, but I don't really remember one. He probably did that too. Yeah, but like the weird thing about these George A. Romero films is that like they're always remade. The Crazies was remade. The Night of the Living Dead was remade. Dawn of the Dead was remade as well. I think the remake of Dawn of the Dead came out in 2004. Really, really good. Really damn good. The old Crazy is good too. Really, I haven't seen the old one. I have to try it. Dude, the remake was really damn good. Really, really, really good. Like, it's so rare to see like a horror film get it done right. Anyway, back to Final Destination though. So those are my thoughts. Spencer, did you see the Final Destination Bloodlines?
I have not yet.
Okay, so you have not consumed.
Loser.
Yeah, dude, what are you, a fucking nerd? You knew that we were gonna talk about it tonight, you fucking bitch.
Bro, come on, man.
Yeah, do you cuck? No, I'm kidding.
Hey, so Gio, I was actually thinking to myself, like, what kills would I want to see from this film? And I was actually thinking before I even went into it, a kill with a garbage truck and a train, and literally I got those two things, like those exact things that I wanted as like, you know, a death-causing disaster or whatever. I'm like, I got what I wanted.
You know, somehow. I didn't go in there like wanting or having like a wish list of deaths, bro. That's kind of sus.
Well, no. I'm just thinking about like, you know, what could they use that they haven't already? And I'm thinking someone getting caught in a garbage truck, and like, I was thinking to myself like, well, what could they do for like the starting disaster? And I was thinking, you know, like a train could be cool, right? Like, you know, a train gets derailed or something. And I like how, look, man, I just get the series. I think I just understand Final Destination on a level you can't fathom. Like, you just don't have the media literacy skills I have.
You know what? That is not true.
Okay.
That is not true at all.
Oh no!
You know what's better? I have a wish list of like deaths though. Like, I think a really great death would be, like, imagine there's this guy. He's in a warehouse and he's just like sitting there counting money from all his pay pigs. And then he's like bragging like on Twitter. He's like, yeah, what it is. Like, my warehouse is so big and cool. And then one of the giant shelves with nothing on it falls over and pins him down. And then some trolls break into the warehouse and they just repeatedly shit in his eager mouth and he suffocates to death. That would be a pretty cool and epic death.
I mean, there is almost one like that in like the second one or fourth one. I don't remember. Like, there's a scene in a warehouse where they have all this, you know, like forklift shit going on, and a girl gets a nail gun, you know, just blasting a full clip into her fucking head. So, close enough.
I don't remember that. Dude, it's been so long. Even though like I've been watching those movies.
Yeah, I somehow have dedicated a large portion of my memory to like Final Destination deaths. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Yeah, they were really messed up. Leprechaun did a Hood sequel, Leprechaun in the Hood.
Yeah, Leprechaun in the Hood. What about it?
That was my guilty pleasure. I watched up to the Star Wars sequel, but skipped the Hood. That's pretty funny. I don't think I have a guilty pleasure per se. Maybe like some old school Toxic Avenger shit. It's pretty fucking funny. Like when the Toxic Avenger and the Crusader guy, they're like driving around in that like old vehicle, and then they run over that old lady, and she's just like shitting her pants in the street. It's pretty funny. And then they drive back and they run over her head, and it's just like her eyes bulge out and shit. It's really fucking gross. And I guess they're gonna make a live action movie, a remake of Toxic Avenger. So I mean, who knows what's gonna happen? Who knows? What else do we have for pop culture? Wait, before we go, before we move on, I give this film about like maybe 6 ISOMs. So is it better than ISOM? Yes. Is it a better love story than Twilight? Yes. Full stop.
Can we explain the ranking structure of ISOM now? What it was?
No,
is it like out of 10 ISOMs?
The ranking structure of using the ISOM metric is incoherent and retarded, much like the plot of ISOM.
It's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, it is everything
the
and
movie's
nothing at
retarded.
once. It is unfathomable.
Bro,
It is
Dion,
insignificance.
I saw him. You fucking got him with that one.
Yeah, I know. Get shit on. I'm kidding. Kidding. We gotta move on. Let's see. Fuck, how old is this news? April 25th. Dude, that might as well be like 2 years ago. So Nexus Mods decides
old news.
to allow an Oblivion remastered mod that changes body type options to male and female, declares it's not a battleground for broader cultural or political debates. Well, they tried and they failed, so good on the nerds. Moving on. The nerd 0.1 for the nerds, 0 for the devs. Let's see. I don't even know where this fits in. This is probably crime. So where's my crime music at? Oh wait, no, I think it's this one. Trans person gets a job, talks about sex, boobs, and hormones nonstop. Laughing my ass off. God damn. My trans coworker is making work uncomfortable. Throwaway account. LOL. I, 23 female, work at a large department store. I have a coworker, male to female, who works in a completely different department, electronics. I'm over in the toys and outdoor department. When I first started, they were friendly, and I didn't have any problems with them. But then one day, they mentioned many similarities between me and their wife. Same name, same looks, body type, and same personality. I was like, whatever. But then immediately, they continued to make a joke about being a top or bottom and having sex. I can't remember the exact joke. I was uncomfortable, but awkwardly laughed it off and never reported the incident. Ever since then, I've somewhat avoided them. Oh, they're being correct here, politically correct using them. I still continue to say hello, but that's as far as I'll go. But it seems like they try to go out of their way to talk to me. Yeah, it's almost like they're predators, and the whole, trans thing is a cover. I've been down an entirely separate section of the store, and they've seen me down the aisle, and they practically run down to where I am to talk. There's been times where I'm obviously busy doing my job, and they'll lean on a shelf and casually talk about themselves. I've gotten to the point where I don't even respond and walk away. It would be fine if it was just normal conversation, but 99% of the time, it's something to do with being trans. My tits are coming in huge. I'm so hormonal, and so on. There's even been a time where we were talking about weather and they steered it to something trans related. It gets old and I don't want to talk about it, especially since it's borderline inappropriate. First off, borderline inappropriate. It's not borderline. It is inappropriate. If I am not allowed to do it in a club or a bar, if I use my club bar unit of measurement that I invented, if you can't do it in a club, you can't fucking do it at a school, you can't do it in front of kids, and you can't do it in the workplace. It is inappropriate.
But if you're ISIM, can you do it?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm all for trans rights and everything. Ew. But if I'm busy at work, it's not something I'm thinking about. Plus, would you guys find this creepy, or am I being an overthinker? How do y'all think I should approach this? Should I say something to them? Should I go to HR? Please and thank you. And of course, the post is locked. No fucking go figure. Yeah. So technically speaking, this is a crime. What the Transformer is doing is not like they're gonna go to jail crime, but it is a violation of the rights of the female worker that made the post. She's entitled to a harassment-free workplace, and doing exactly what this guy did, what this man did, is grounds for termination. If she were to report this and the workplace did nothing, they're on the hook, and she can sue them, and she would win a good chunk of change. 100% fact. Yeah, there's no. I mean, this is largely why a lot of people are so adamant about letting these transformers in. This is why they do the whole protect the kids shit. Because a lot of these people are just sex pests. You know, they're like sex pestiny. You know, they're just disgusting creeps, and it's always about sex with them. Like not like biological sex, like the physical act. You know. It's weird, it's creepy, it's tiring. Like nobody wants to fucking hear that. Even dudes who like get laid plenty and love pussy, like they don't even fucking talk like this. I mean, this is just deranged, degenerate, disgusting behavior. And if I was advising this girl, yeah, I'd be like, yeah, report him immediately. Let's draft the email right now. We'll send it to your HR manager, you know, or whoever. Oh man, I don't know, like Spencer. If this were to happen to you in the workplace, what would you do?
Oh, what wouldn't I do? No, I would definitely probably tell them to fuck off first, and then talk to HR.
Yeah. I don't even know if I would tell them to fuck off because they're a special protected class in this country, and they're precious and stunning and brave. So you can't just be like dismissive, because then they can turn around and be like, oh well, Turge is bullying me.
Like here's what you do: you fight fire with fire. You get super passive aggressive about it. So okay, so it's a woman talking. Like
it's a male.
It's a male to female.
No, like the poster.
The poster's a woman. Yeah.
So what she could do, she could just talk on and on and on about her ideal man and just like getting dicked down all the time. Like anytime this person shows up, she goes on her own tangents, right? About like what an ideal man should be, right? Make the trans person feel super insecure kind of shit. And then if you're a dude, just talk about your ideal girl. Oh, she's gotta be like this, that like tits, ass, blah, blah, blah. But make sure it's literally exactly the opposite of what this trans person looks like. You know, like remind them like you'll never be my ideal.
That's actually really, really funny, and that might
you just gotta frame it in the right way. Like you gotta make sure, like, you know, like if you get pulled into HR, it's just like, oh, we're just doing relationship talk about, you know, our ideal partners and stuff.
Actually, you know what? I would ask them the question: what happens to a trans person with dementia?
I have no idea. I guess what's happening to Joe Biden, but I don't know.
Right? I saw a funny clip about that today. It was like they looked down. It's like, what's that? What's that? You know, it's just because they switched. But,
let me see. Where are we at here?
I basically probably get sent to HR. Is basically what I'm saying, because I say something stupid. And, but honestly, probably the best way to handle that situation is just record it and then give it to HR.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you got to. All right, we're gonna skip a lot of this shit. I don't really want to talk about any of this stuff. What is all this? Hassan molds at chatter after they called him out for saying okay, we gotta do consume sins. Sins. All right, so it's Hassan here committing a crime, a sin, a consume sin. I'm noticing all of the people defending this in the replies are black. Hassan molds at chatter after they called him out for saying $300 shoes are affordable. $300 is perfectly permissible. Stop fucking doing this BS where you're like, you know, let's just watch this video. So it's only a minute long. So he's wearing $300 shoes. Yeah, it's only a minute long. That's what I meant.
Minute and a half.
Yep. No, it's a minute and 38 seconds. It's not half.
Thank you.
All right.
The Doc Martens one, and these are the only.
Those are literally the collabo Rick Owens.
Yeah, they're sick though. They're super comfy and also relatively affordable. They're like $300.
Wait, so let's back up. You grew up in Turkey?
Yeah.
What's like the vibe there?
Chill.
You think?
I think, yeah.
I was in an econ class in college, freshman year, like 8 a.m. class, and there was like a crew of internationals, and they all
relatively affordable, $300 out of touch. I hate this conversation because for a boot that you can wear forever, $300 is perfectly permissible as a price point. Stop fucking doing this bullshit. Stop doing this fucking bullshit in the chat where you're like, dude, I'm not actually signing off from my mommy's Connecticut McMansion. I'm actually literally living in a fucking pile of trash right now. How dare you say that? How dare you demonstrate bourgeois decadence? Okay? Shut the fuck up. You know exactly what I meant there. You can cry about it all day, every day. They're literally Rick Owens boots. Rick Owens boots are normally $2,000 a pop.
Turge, can you look that up? Rick Owens boots. See what the average cost is for Rick Owens boots, please.
This is a $300 boot. Aren't boots
Holy
literally
hell.
example?
$2,400.
Okay. That's very unreasonable. As
But
somebody,
anywhere from 115 to 300 or 3,500 on their site.
Jesus
or whatever.
Christ. Yeah. What? Hold on. Let me go. I gotta go on this website and I gotta look that shit up myself. Let's see. Rick Owens boots. Hold on. Rick Owens boots. Jesus Christ. So these are European boots. Okay, so these are designer boots. So these boots are relatively worthless. Shop men. All right, we're looking at men's boots. Oh my god, what the fuck is all this shit? It's like we're pedophiles by their clothes.
You mean Hollywood? Okay, that was too real.
Yeah.
But literally, it looks like what like freaking celebrities would wear. What happened to just like wearing jeans and a t-shirt? Why are we trying to be like fucking what's that one like TV show where it's that one movie with Will Ferrell and it's like that fashion one.
Zoolander.
Zoolander. Why are they looking like Zoolander here?
I have no idea. Because they lack self-awareness. Yeah, dude, there's no reason to spend $300, $400, $500, $3,000 on these fucking boots. Yeah, like if I were to wear these on any of the job sites I've worked at, or like walk into like a client's home, like doing electrical, wearing any of these so-called boots, they'd probably be like, you know what, we're gonna hire somebody else. Froggy, get the fuck out. If you want high quality boots and you don't mind spending $250, maybe $300-ish, go get Red Wings. Red Wings, bros. No, I can't justify wearing any of this shit. One, my mother would never speak to me again because she'd be like, "My son is a rainbow guy." Ooh, you know, like it. She would just disown me. My family would disown me. My friends would be like, "Yo, we're gonna have to beat your ass until you stop acting like this." No, I can't do it. Yeah, he is displaying bourgeois decadence, as he puts it. And you're not a tradesman, so you really have no business buying fucking $300 boots.
Like, yeah, he's trying to say, oh, they'll last a lifetime. But is Hassan only gonna wear? If I see him wear any different type of shoe, you know, it's like, come on, dude.
I mean, you can get some nice steel-toe boots for like around $100. Like, why would I pay?
Yeah, I have a really nice pair. There were 200. I think they were. Hold on, what are they called? Keen. Yeah, my Keen boots. You can probably get a really nice pair of Keen boots for about $140, $150. Then it's no problem. Let's see, they're fashion boots, not work boots. Idiot. Shut the fuck up, Brad. Don't you dare correct me. So he's very familiar to the price of the brand. Obviously, he buys that shit. Of course he buys that shit, dude. Look how he fucking dresses, dude. He's a fucking dork. Like the guy, obviously, I mean, good for him. You know, he's fleecing a bunch of fucking fat Reddit neckbeards. You know, all these little commie retards. You know, it's got nothing to do with me. You know, good for him. He's stealing from them. He's not fooling guys like me. All right, so this is another one from Preetha Kasaridi. My sister is almost 32, no kids yet, lives in New York City. Most of her friends aren't married and don't have kids either. I met some of them last weekend and asked if they want kids. The answer, a resounding yes. So why haven't they had them yet? They don't feel ready. They don't feel capable yet of being a parent. I realized I used to feel the same way. I thought I had to find myself and accomplish all my dreams before having children. But after having my first child, I realized I had it backwards. Children are the best teachers. They're a mirror into your soul. Every day, they challenge you to grow, evolve, love more deeply. Becoming a mother or father isn't something you can prepare for endlessly. Once you enter the portal of parenthood, you become the person you thought you needed to be first. It cracks you open, reveals your strength, humbles your ego, and grows you in ways no job trip or self-help book ever could. You don't need to be ready. You just need to be willing. Ooh, and then of course, Sarnovich chimes in. This not ready mindset is downstream of boomer forever young culture. 32 is old. That offends people. Everyone is afraid of being called old. This is a spiritual affliction because people live in vanity, materialism, secularism, plastic surgery versus wisdom. Amen. Amen. Guys, consuming will kill your soul. Consuming product kills your soul. So goy slop, cape shit, porn.
Don't consume the goy slop. It's
Do not consume.
No, consume it every day.
No,
all day,
bad
every
jazz.
day.
Bad. Get on your knees and give me 10 Hail Marys. Say you will not
No.
consume. You're
I
gonna
will
burn that.
consume. I will enjoy consuming.
No. Dear,
I'm sending
dear,
Chaz
Lord,
all of the
Lordy,
goy
Lordy,
slop.
please forgive Chaz for he not knoweth what he saith. He not knoweth what he doeth. Please forgive.
No, I know damn well what I'm doing.
No, even now he utters the lies. Chaz, you need to make the devil mad. Renounce your consumed sins.
Nah. Me and the devil are homies.
God damn.
You know, he gets me an ice cream whenever, I need it.
Oh no.
Let's see. Brad Skag, bitching about this makes you sound stupid. I'm not necessarily bitching, dude. I'm just calling out a consume sin. You know, like I'm calling out the LARP. Like it's an overpriced brand for rich kids. This shit's been around for thousands of years in Europe and Asia.
I will say what's kind of cool though.
What?
On the consumes part.
Yeah.
In-N-Out's getting rid of their slop. I don't know if you saw that.
What are they cooking
So-
everything in beef tallow finally?
I think, and then they're getting rid of the artificial ingredients.
Ooh, about time. Dude, all it took was RFK Jr. showing up and be like, "Hey guys, like you can't be doing this. The kids they're all retarded and fat and ugly." Let's see what else do we got here. Shouting Chicken Jockey and I Am Steve is officially encouraged. A UK cinema chain announced some Minecraft movie screens where fans can go wild. Dude, they're gonna probably keep re-releasing this fucking movie like every other month.
I mean, like,
Because of
now
how
that they're saying
insane-
we can do it, it's no longer fun.
Yeah, so now Minecraft
like
is
the
like
whole fun
lame
of
and
it is
cringe.
like you're in a movie theater where you're expected to be quiet, and then the entire audience goes ape shit, like collectively. And it's like when you're encouraged to do that, that's not fun.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
like a
well,
job.
Chaz, you need to bestow some truth bombs about Minecraft and the culture and where the culture is going as a result of all the consuming, as a result of the chicken jockey just taking over the nation, taking over the world. While you
Remember
do
when
that,
me and Cheese ruined your stream for like a good 15 minutes?
okay, well,
with
you
chicken
can ruin
jockey?
it for about 3 or 4 because I gotta take a fat
Nah,
piss.
I'm not gonna ruin the stream with
I don't
Chicken
want.
Jockey.
Look, I'm gonna give you the floor, and you too, Turge. I gotta go pee. I trust you guys will not use slurs. I trust that you guys will
just go
not
take a
blame
piss. Go
Jews
take
for
a piss,
anything.
Gio.
All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, like we get it.
Why are you nagging me, Gio?
So,
It's not very nice.
So, Turge,
I
you
mean-
want to sing Kanye's new hit song while he's away?
Oh, no.
Do. They'll understand the things I say on Twitter.
Oh no!
Hey,
Oh,
do you know the
no.
next lyrics? Do you know the next
I
few
don't.
words?
I don't. Thank God, I don't. I don't listen to.
Oh, dude, it's great.
I don't listen to Black Hitler. as the left would call him.
Like, I'm just gonna say this, his, like, the actual album was leaked, and, like, the songs are just bad. Like, when you remove the whole, like, shock value and just, like, when you're done laughing at, like, the absurdity of the things he's saying, like, half of the songs, like, there's one song where he repeats the same line 7 times in a row, and it's, like, the laziest shit ever. Like, I don't get how people can actually say, like, Kanye is still, like, a good musical, like, artist, when it's, like, his newest songs just feel lazy as hell. Like, obviously this is just, like, oh, I'm talking about music, and, you know, you can't really...
Yeah.
So, like, it's a show don't tell kind of thing, but, like, it's just not good, at least in my opinion.
I honestly don't like any of his music.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're talking to a metalhead here primarily. I mean, I'll listen to other stuff, but like primarily metalhead. So, I mean, I don't know, man. And then like, what's that one song? It's like whack 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 whack. Is that one chick that sings that? It's just like chalk that up to annoying songs, you know.
Oh, so you're a metalhead, huh? Well,
Yes.
I'm gonna send you a link to a song that you'll guaranteed to love, because I'm gonna put it in like the Discord chat. So like, boom, paste.
What
There
channel? Music?
You just listen to it, and you know you'll see why it's great. You're a metalhead after all.
Would you post it in music?
No, I posted it in like the show live.
Oh, show live.
Chat, yeah.
Oh.
Here, I'll also link it in chat, just so it's like, boom, there it is.
All right, I'm back. What are you linking? What is this?
Don't worry about it.
Turge, I demand you to tell me what that link is.
Click it.
Okay.
That was weird.
Well, I mean, you're metal. Like you said, you're
that's
metalhead.
That's not what a metalhead is.
But no, he's a metalhead, Turge. Don't you understand?
For the chat, what he linked was DK and Diddy metalhead, and why?
No, you gotta listen to the song.
Am I gonna get banned for playing this?
Probably.
Maybe you'll get.
No, I can't play this, dude. It's a Vivo thing. It's Vivo. I can't play this.
I think the Vivo bit is just like a joke for the thumbnail. It's not fucking Vivo. It's from the Donkey Kong like animated show.
It's from a show, dude. I can't play this. I'll go to fucking jail.
Gio, you're not gonna go to jail, bro.
I can't play it. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, you asked me to entertain chat, and I'm just doing the best I can.
Yeah. Oh, you know, I will talk about
It's a trick,
my
isn't it?
own conspiracy. Oh no.
Okay, yeah, Gio, you don't have to play it.
I don't want to
let's just
get
move
banned,
on.
dude. I know I'm gonna get banned for playing that shit. All right, so we gotta get back to. Okay, so chicken jockey, cool. Consume chicken jockey.
Yeah.
What else up? Brazilian fans outside Lady Gaga's hotel begging her to come out and meet them. Is this love or obsession? Okay, so first of all, it looks like a fucking dude. I know it's really fucking mean to say.
Yeah, that's rude.
What the heck?
I've been in the bedroom with many women who screamed out my name, and none of them sounded masculine at all like this. So this is probably a fucking dude. I think it's a fucking dude. Freak! Goddamn freak! Dude, if I was there, I'd just be fucking taunting this dude. It'd be like, you goddamn freak! You're gonna go to hell! Alright, so we gotta pull out the Bible, okay? Alright, so really quick. Turd, you see this decadence on display, this degeneracy, this scrawny thing calling out for Lady Gaga. What do you think?
If you splashed holy water on it, would it melt?
Maybe.
Okay.
Chaz, if you were present, if you were in the presence of this thing, this freak, displaying
Assuming
this
it's a
behavior,
woman,
what would you say?
I would.
Okay.
If it's an actual woman, I would. I try to get her number. Yeah, she seems like an easy lay.
I don't know, dude. I think it's a dude. It's way too masculine.
Unless you knew Lady Gaga or said you knew Lady Gaga, then you might, and then just be like, "Ha, just kidding."
Well,
exactly.
The Bible's very clear. The Bible consistently warns against worshiping anything or anyone other than God. And that is what's on display here. The worship of Lady Gaga, the freak in the Joker 2 film. The first commandment says, "You shall have no other gods before me." Exodus 23. Elevating celebrities to a status where they consume your devotion, your time, or moral judgment is a grave sin. It can be seen as a form of idolatry. Clearly, if it replaces or competes with the Lord and Savior, baby Jesus, it is abominable. This is a sin. Jesus teaches that what you treasure reveals your heart's priorities. What does it say about this freak when they're on their knees and they're calling out for Lady Gaga? What do you think it says about this freak of nature?
Yeah, they're too obsessed. They need to touch grass.
Yeah, I think we're beyond the touching grass. For where your treasure is...
Like baby steps, Gio. She needs to, like, he, she, it, whatever,
Yeah.
needs to touch grass first. Like, that's step one.
The Bible clearly says here, for where your treasure is, there your heart will be
Leviticus
also.
13:4.
No, that's
Thou
Matthew.
shalt touch grass.
Oh, well, that's Matthew 6:21. Obsessing
Oh,
over
damn
celebrities, whether through excessive admiration, imitation, or prioritizing their influence over biblical values, that will easily shift your focus away from God. This is a consumed sin, ladies and gentlemen. This is consuming too much Lady Gaga. Too much Lady Gaga. We need to get rid of her. Straight to hell.
I will say this, as someone who occasionally does the meet and greets.
Yes.
And, gets to meet people that are in bands that you follow. There's a difference from, hey, it's cool, I met this person. They're nice and,
Yeah, but you're not
cool to meet.
collapsing on the fucking floor, right? Calling for Pantera to come out. Calling for Alice Cooper to shake your fucking hand or give you a kiss or whatever.
You know what I have to say to that?
Yeah.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Oh, that's a great reference. Yeah, but that was like funny and
You're welcome.
wholesome. That's funny and wholesome. All right, so we got some more consumed sins. I think we got Disney adult coming up. Haters. The haters that try to A-log me. The haters that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed, Gio.
All right, buddy. You have a good night, man. All right. Appreciate you joining.
Enjoy consuming your content.
Yeah.
It's good to have you back.
Yeah, man, I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Regardless of the rumors, the false ass rumors that are spread by somebody that I shall not name right now.
Zombie bomb.
No, fuck no. Somebody else. Somebody that we know, friends of both of ours, if you know what I mean.
Oh. Wait, really? Like,
well, they're just saying that like I disappeared, that I'm giving up, and they're just like saying all this stuff. Like it's not it, guys. Like I'm not around. I'm doing stuff.
You're doing shit. It's fine.
I'm busy. It is fine, but they don't see it that way. They're just so close-minded, and they're being ignorant.
I don't want to like do the whole guessing thing.
Yeah, no, there's no need. It'll pass. It's not a big deal. There's the truth, and obviously,
but
that's
all I'm saying, Gio,
dispute.
if you look at the chats and shit, you'll just see me saying, guys, he's probably like doing other shit. So
I read that before the stream, or when I was on the stream, because I was finally going through it because I saw that Zombie Bomb posted.
So happy.
What?
Yeah. I'm just saying, I bet that made you so happy seeing Chaz defend you.
Oh, yeah, of course. I was like, oh, there's Chaz being a real one. No, not Fred. No, not you, Brad.
All right. Well, you have a good rest of your night, Gio.
You too, buddy. We'll talk.
Yeah.
All right. So, Disney adults. Where was I?
They're
a lot of the
A.
A lot of the A-logs, my A-logs, they'll be like, "Oh, Giovanni's he's Froggy's a Nazi, he's evil, he's this, he's that," and they're like, "Oh, Trump radicalized him, Alex Jones radicalized him." No, it's actually TikTok nurses and Disney adults. Something about watching Disney adults out in the wild makes me just get violent thoughts. Let's watch.
Here's what a day at Disney cost me for a family of 5. Before we even got into the park, it cost me $30 just for parking. And even being a Florida resident, tickets for a family of 5 with one child under 10 was still $974. Paying for the Lightning Lane was $35 per person and only would have given us speed access to 3 rides, so we opted out of that. Right after our first ride, we bought 2 waters and 3 ice creams. This totaled $29.50. After the second ride, they wanted a pretzel and I wanted a beer. This was another $19.
Jesus.
This guy right here wanted a lightsaber for $44.99, but I was a hard no. After that, it was time for lunch, so we went to the Brown Derby where we could sit down for a little bit and order a decent meal. They didn't like the options and the prices were outrageous, so we left and went somewhere else. We each ended up with a small pizza, each had a side and a small drink, totaling $44.35. After lunch, we took off, waited more lines, and we also met a few characters along the way. Once we got to Star Wars Land, we had to buy some blue milk for $10.29. It tasted like a slushie with nerds on top. We took a few minutes to meet Kylo Ren.
Your courage will be tested and rewarded.
Damn, dude, Kylo Ren gained some
snuck
weight.
Away and bought some Star Wars Coca-Cola. This was $6.50, but this guy said it was worth it. After the next ride, we went and had a churro, a water, and a margarita. It had been a long day at this point. That margarita was well needed. This was another $36. And just as I thought the day was finally over, the rest of the family decided they want to go to dinner at downtown Disney Springs. This place was my literal hell. It was shoulder to shoulder in every store and restaurant. We ended up at the Formata Cocina for some Mexican food. $30 for carnitas, $19 margarita, $8 corn, $30 carne asada, and then each of the kids with drinks and food were an additional $30 to $40 each.
Dude, I
totaling
don't know.
$245.27 for dinner. There was some sticker shock here, and right after that, they all wanted to go shop. Luckily, it was getting late, and we decided to not go into any stores. The grand total for our day was $1,391.91.
Yeah. Again,
Wait, how much?
1,300 and let me see. Yeah, $1,391.91 for one day. Bro, do you know how many Milwaukee power tools I can buy with that much money? Like, you know, I remember watching this initially and I kind of went through it fast and I was like, oh, dude, I have all these jokes prepared. Now, not so much because I'm just like, you know what? He's with his family, you know, he's doing a wholesome thing. You know, they look like they're healthy. Like, the kids aren't fat, you know, but, like, still, $1,300 is a lot of money. Like, you can't do anything cooler than go to fucking Disneyland.
Yeah, dude, the crazy thing is, like, with this, right?
Yeah.
As you know, my previous situation, she tried to con me into spending like over like a couple grand at Disney. Oh, but we have to go to this resort and we have to do this, we have to do that, and I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Disney adults are literally the worst. Like,
yeah, they are 100%. Holy shit! I have 924 drop frames. Yeah, I gotta get CC Cleaner on this computer and update the drivers on this machine and whatever. It's gonna be lame and boring. $1,300 is actually enough money to entertain myself, hobby wise, for like 2 years. Dude, that's insane, Friedrich Marx. Yeah, $1,300 is a lot of fucking money. As like a regular working class guy, like that's a ton of money. I don't know what this guy does. Maybe he's got a little bit more disposable income than like the average Joe. But yeah, as somebody else in the chat said, who was it? Ash Blackwind. Highway robbery. Why don't you take my kidney while you're at it? Yeah. Why don't you take one of his firstborn while you're at it?
No, they're just gonna name the firstborn after a Disney character.
Yeah, they're probably gonna trans him. Never mind. It's probably a bad idea. Let's see what else we got. We got more consumed sins. Maybe we do. Carnival Cruise then and now. All right, here. All right, so let's see. So the Carnival Cruise, it looks like a bunch of wholesome white people dancing with lightsabers.
Carnival Cruise, then and now.
Oh, that's kind of wholesome and adorable. I want to go to one now. That looks like fun. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh, shit, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I just want to throw elbows past the Cavassier. Yeah, guys, don't consume Carnival Cruises because you're going to get culturally enriched according to this video. Here, I'm going to turn the music down on this. And
I had a joke for that.
yeah,
I won't be able to say it on
yeah,
YouTube,
please
though.
I know you're thinking it. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, the likelihood of getting fucking shot at a new Carnival cruise has just gone up by like 60%. She. If you like rosé, if you like Cavassier, it's gonna run out real fast on the cruise. So, yeah, if you like a good malt, it's just not in the cards for you on this cruise. Yeah, this looks not my thing. Yeah, I think I don't know about you, man, but like maybe if like cruises were still like this, let's play with the music. It's funny. Yeah, maybe if cruises were still like this, I'd probably be down. But like I've seen photos and like images of like cruises today, like right now, and it just doesn't look attractive to me. I don't know. Am I wrong?
Well,
Turd?
the only cruise I would probably go on is they have like a metal cruise. Like
Oh, yeah.
you get a bunch of like metal bands on a ship. I was actually talking this is like before I got sick. But there was one of the guys from Flotsam and Jetsam who I know out here, and he was telling me like they're going on the cruise. This is like I was literally hanging backstage with it was Dave Ellefson from Megadeth, him and one of the guys from Spirit Box. They were coming in and hanging out in the VIP area in the back.
Yeah.
And we were all just chatting, and they were talking about this metal cruise that they were doing last January.
Yeah, that still doesn't sound attractive to me though. Let's read some of the comments really quick. I can't read that. It's really gross and offensive. Disavow. Affordability has been a disaster. I agree. Hot take. Cruises were always boomer trash. Probably true. New Carnival cruise policy. The passengers are over 80%. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't read that. That's literally hell on earth. Life hack. They can't swim. Where's an iceberg when you need... Okay, people are being really hateful. I regret reading these. Bus people shouldn't be allowed to go on... I took a Carnival cruise in 2009, and it was wonderful. Lots of young couples and families. No crazy incidences. Good entertainment, good food, good drinks. Today, I'd never book Carnival. Pay more for a decent experience. I agree. I don't see the problem. Both groups seem to be having fun. Where's the downvote? No, it didn't. The first video was from an EDM event chartered on the cruise ship. The other was from a regular cruise. Please stop the racist innuendos. Oh, damn, there's fighting. Okay, these comments are getting too spicy. But on to the next topic of consume. How did bro visit Reddit IRL? Oh, damn, dude. This is the average consumer, ladies and gentlemen.
What's your shirt say? Stand back. I'm going to try. Can I take a picture of that? It's amazing. Stand back. I'm gonna try science. God, I love it. Hey.
Dude, that guy's like, dude, the guy in that fucking stupid ass shirt was like walking away all defeated. Like he knows he's a fucking dork.
No. What does your shirt say? Science, because figuring things out is better than making stuff up. Yeah.
Dude, it looks like
wow.
I don't know why, but I imagine he's soying the fuck out behind the mask. He's totally doing the soy face. Look at his squinty eyes, his beady little eyes.
He's like, science.
Oh,
Maybe Dr. Fauci will give me another jab.
I'm just like Dr. Fauci. I'm like Dr. Fauci doing the science.
I love the shirt. Thank you. I love the flag too.
I'd be like, oh, well, he's got a girlfriend at least, but no, it's not his girlfriend.
That's a guy.
Yeah. Did you see the black group who started a group fight and got banned from the cruise? LOL. Yeah. I mean, there's been so many fucking fights, bro. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, they all just look the same to me now at this point. This shirt from this guy right here says transsexual menace. Yeah. And the other one it says I heart my transgender girlfriend.
Oh God.
Yikes.
Told us pedophile and told us we're gonna split the gates of hell open. I'm so glad you guys are doing this.
Yeah, man.
And being inclusive to everyone.
For sure, man. Yeah, we do. We've done it every month, every Pride month since I've worked here.
My dog came out of the closet.
Yeah.
His dog.
Oh man, that's a good troll. That's a good troll. All right, so we got another quintessential Redditor. Dude, why do they all have this fucking body type? They all have neck beards. They're all like little round dudes, and they're all fucking weak and effeminate and shit.
Except for that newest one.
What do you
Yeah,
think?
something right there. Boop. Yeah.
Dude, what a cock! Hold on, let's do that one more time. Let's see that one more time. This is fucking great.
One game except for that newest one. Yeah, something right there. Boop. Yeah.
Dude, these people are such fucking dorks, dude. Okay, I can't. Oh, well, hold on. Let's see what the comments say. Dude, filming is a weirdo. These people did nothing to you. Shut up, bitch. Fucking Zerka, you fucking Nazi bitch. Fuck you. Dude, this guy will go around calling people the N-word, but you make fun of fat neckbeards. He's like, oh, that's where I draw the line when you're being fucking mean to the kind of people who watch my fucking my content. Fuck you, Zerka, you pussy. Get fucking banned more, you fucking cuck. That last scene was so uncomfortable. A guy probably didn't leave the house again for months. What a loser! Loser actively going to a science fair and to make fun of the people attending. Yeah, fuck science. Science is retarded. The boop was diabolical. That's Reddit for real. Yeah. Visiting a site IRL is crazy. This is crazy. My dog came out of the closet. Yeah, I don't know. The guy trolling was fucking brilliant. Like, it's just so low effort. I mean, he's making fun of consumers. This is why fucking cucks like Zerka come out and be like, oh, yo, bro, they didn't do nothing to you, man. They didn't do nothing, man. Leave my demographic, leave the viewers of my content alone, man. Dude, this is how Eric July fans act. When they make fun of their fucking garbage and people call it out, they're like, why you gotta be so rude, man? We're on the same side of the culture. Well, I ain't on your fucking side, bitch. You don't fucking know me. Let me see, what else do we got here? He almost gave himself away with a boop. The socially awkward, don't do that. For what it's worth, I banged his mom last night as he's wearing a mask. Oh, man. Dude, I gotta find these conventions, but like, I'm just too much of a nice guy to like fuck with people who didn't really do anything with me. Even though like I can't stand like Redditors. Zerko is on film trying to pick up a 14 and 15-year-old girl. Nothing wrong with the dude and his transgender. Bussy stops and sells. I guess. Yeah, I mean, like, again, like, it doesn't bother me. I just thought it was funny because I'm like, oh, it's his girlfriend. But then, like, it's not. But, like, it is. You know, it's weird. Zerko's on film trying to pick up a 14 and 15-year-old girl. Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, Zerko's weird. Like, he'll go and fucking cry about, like, Israel and shit and, like, wait for Palestinians, but do creepy shit with, like, these little kids. And then he wants to fucking lecture this guy on his trolling. It's like, yeah, Zerko, you're a fucking troll, too. It's like, look, I don't care about his, like, retarded-ass opinions. Like, you can say whatever he wants, but don't come and try to act all fucking high and mighty like you're God or something. I gotta protect the nerds. I gotta protect the, you know, whatever. Like, fuck Zerka. Zerka sucks. Yeah, I don't trust anybody who talks to little kids. All right, so we gotta move on. What else do we got here? All right, so I think we're done with consume sins, and now we gotta do the 304 shit, and then
You didn't even want to hear what I consumed recently?
Oh shit! Hold it, back to
man.
consume sins. My son Turge, what have you consumed recently?
Of course, concert tickets, my friend.
How much have you spent in the last this year alone on concert tickets?
Actually, not that much. Like under 300.
What the fuck? Under 300? It's a lot of fucking money, man. You're supposed to be saving it.
Yeah, no, I spent under 300. Like the only thing that I spent really money on was I did a meet and greet where I met Gary Holt from Exodus, and he was also in Slayer. So came with the book, so kind of cool. Went to go see Papa Roach, which you apparently lamed out on, not going to when they're in your hometown.
Yeah, I had stuff going on.
And then, I mean, honestly, I haven't spent that much on concerts this year. It was
less than 300. Wow. I don't know, bro. I'm looking at your stories, man. It seems like you're going to a fucking concert every week. What's up with that?
Not every week.
You lying to me, boy?
Not every week, but It's just getting back out, man. Getting back to my old self. So doctor's
Getting
orders.
back to consuming and getting on the wrong side of God's will.
I'm gonna have to consume now all the goy again just for that comment.
Apparently. Well, it's your funeral. What have I
Right,
consumed
literally.
lately? I don't know, dude. I had some pizza earlier. I had some cheddar ruffles, really delicious.
Hopefully it wasn't that shit from New York, New York.
No, I had that like a couple months ago though. I was craving
Dude,
it for some reason.
That pizza from New York, New York. I don't know what the hell was in it, but I gotta say they probably put laxatives in that shit. Because
All the seed oils are just dripping off it.
yeah, so that would be it actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, just standard consuming. Please, Father, forgive me for I have sinned, and I will learn to walk in the light and do better. We all will. All right, so anyways, we got to get back to the show. So the 304 shit. Oh man. So my 32 female, my husband who's 35 years old, male, did soy face in all of our wedding photos.
Oh no.
Throwaway because my husband is really active on Reddit. Okay, see, there's your first problem. You got yourself a soy boy. You need yourself a real man. And then you come on here complaining. It's like, well, what you expect? We had a small wedding recently outdoors and hired a photographer to take pictures. In the pictures where we aren't looking at each other, my husband is, unbeknownst to me, smiling with his mouth open, extremely wide, and pointing at me with finger guns. Not like he's going to shoot me, more like look at her. It's sweet, but really ruins the photos. I didn't know until the pics came back. We had maybe 6 wedding photos that I would want anyone to see. We spent $1,700 on the pictures, and most of them are so embarrassing. My husband won't retake any of them, and also wants our Christmas cards to be one where he's making the face, the soy face, while tipping an invisible fedora, ironically, I guess. He thinks it's funny and shows our personalities, but it really feels like it's making me out to be a chump because I'm smiling sincerely. Should I just go ahead and give up this time, or should I press further on the photos? It's not the first time he's done something like this. And in the past, I've kind of just allowed it. But this is our wedding. Of course, I just laugh. I don't have anything insightful to say. Cool Hand James, friend of the channel. My husband is really active on Reddit. Is surprised when he saw he's out. What?
no.
So they're all just saying this. Okay, so I'm not going to try to repeat what everybody else has said. But there is a solution here. Okay, so first off, if I'm advising this girl, I'll be like, look, sweetheart, you got yourself, you need a real man, but you settled for a soy boy. Now, you can't make a man out of a soy boy. He's irredeemable because he's a Redditor, you know. But if you want to salvage this situation, if you want to undo the damage, you can't just demand the photos right away. What needs to happen, you got to call up Trump, or you got to call up ICE and be like, hey, I got this illegal alien MS-13 guy in my house. He works like covert ops for MS-13. He's white though, but like he's part of the gang. They're going to take his ass to El Salvador. They're going to make a man out of him. So he'll go from a soy boy to a soy man. And then through the courts, you know, they'll litigate, you know, they'll work some shit out. They'll realize they did something wrong. He's not MS-13. And then they'll bring him back. And he's not going to be the same anymore. The last thing he's going to think about is, you know, tipping my fedora, my lady, and, you know, stroking my neck beard. He'll come out looking like a fucking biker from Sons of Anarchy. He'll be decked out in tattoos. He'll be hard as fuck, okay? And he'll be stoic and badass. You know, the neck beard will either be gone or like well groomed. It won't even be a neck beard. It'll just be something, you know, slick, something cool, something mature. He's got to go to El Salvador. They got to go to SecCop. You got to send him to SecCop. You got to straighten this guy out. He's a fucking you married a little pussy, okay? And they got to make a man out of him. So he's got to go out there with the fucking the bad hombres, and they're gonna make a man. They're gonna beat his ass. They're gonna fucking toughen his ass up, and he's gonna come home, and he's gonna fuck you like an animal, and then he's gonna go and like chill in his office, and he's gonna like feel disgust because he's like looking around. He's like, what the fuck have I been doing? I got Funko Pops on the wall. I got a drawer full of Pokemon cards, and he just starts ripping them up. And then gets a fucking can of gasoline and lights it all on fire. And that's when he will be reborn. That's the only way. Or you can just leave him and fucking find a real man. If you don't want to go through all that. I just don't foresee this. Like, dude, like the soy boys like this will stay soy boys forever. Like, there's just very little you can do to save them. Kind of like drug addicts. Like drug addicts don't want help. You can't help them because they don't want help. They want to be on drugs. They want to be high on all the time. Redditors feel elation. They get this high when they're consuming products, when they're posting about how evil Trump is, when they're doing the soy face and, doing the boop and, oh, my puppers, doing the whole cringe Reddit thing. You don't really change those people, in my opinion. I don't know. What do you think, Turge? Am I going too far or what?
Nah, the Redditors are pretty bad. Having, let's just say, browse the scum of villainy, which is Reddit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's why would you be with this person? It sounds like they're just a complete pussy.
Yeah, he's a bitch. She's probably on birth control. If she's weaning off of it, then she's gonna realize like, oh wow, I did it a bitch. Let's see. More oh man. The triple threat. 21, about me, a Tinder profile. Looking to be spoiled and looking for platonic male company for all three of us ladies. Take us out for dinner and drinks. We guarantee you laughs and good times as friends. Smiley face. Must have a car, stable income. We will be checking credit score.
I hate bitches like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't, again, like, look, as a man, I have very simple rules. If she's not like willing to like sleep with me or whatever, like there's just really no point in talking to her. Like it's just a waste of fucking time. The sad thing is there's a lot of simps out there that are gonna try to take these bitches out, and they'll be like, "I'm going to be the one that changes their mind." No, dude, you're not. Like these chicks have already made up their minds. They know who they want to sleep with. The names of the men they want to be with, they're already on their phones. Well, not necessarily. That's I don't want to say it's a myth, but like when I was poor, when I was making like $7 an hour, working retail, that's when I got laid the most, dude. Like the whole like, oh, they want 666. I'm like, bro, like I had 0666. Like it just like I had no money. Like they didn't give a fuck. Like I didn't drive a fucking fancy car. Like, they don't care.
Oh, did you work with them or what?
No, I just, like chicks I meet at pool parties, at clubs, MySpace or Facebook, and be like, hey, you want to hang out? Like, yeah. Chicks I used to go to school with. I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know. Maybe I just got fucking lucky. I was at the right place at the wrong time. Like, I just did so much better when I was poor. I don't know why, but that's just how it is. I think now it's just more like I'm an asshole. And I just.
Their standards change.
But yeah, standards change, sure. My standards were very low. Like they just had to be cute and not be like totally insufferable and sleep with me, and that was it. But like a chick like this, like if you're a simp or like a beta boy or whatever, or like a soy guy, and you're like, I'm gonna take them out and I'm gonna maybe I'll have a shot. No, these women post this and they look down on the guys who respond. Like they think they're scum. Like they'll never see you as a human being. They won't see you as a platonic male friend. They won't see you as a friend. They'll just see you as a sucker. Like I said, the guys they want to sleep with, they've already been talking with that guy. They're going to get filled up with food, and then they're going to get full of cum later on. You're just the dork that drives them around. And again, like, dude, first of all, this has to be a troll. Has to have a car, so that means you're driving them around and stable income, and they're gonna check your credit score. It's like, why? We're just hanging out as friends. None of my friends never have asked to see my bank account, balance. They never asked to see my credit score. This is just very weird behavior. This also could be a scam. They could be like scheming to fuck with you.
I've seen this one actually before. I think,
think so?
Yeah. So.
Well, how does it work? How does it work if you've seen it? Like, what's going on?
No, I'm saying like I've seen this actual picture before. Where
really?
it's I think it's, I don't know if it's a joke or if it was legit and then posted somewhere and then people were shitting on it. But I mean, there are people that are like that expect the man to do like exactly this, pay for everything. Like you're not going to get anything out of it. We're treat us like queens basically, and it's like, no, fuck off. I'm not getting anything out of it. Fuck off.
Yeah. Like, I mean, not to brag, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm in the 800 club. So if some bitch wants to see my credit score, no problem. But I want to see your TikTok account. I want to see your Instagram. I want to see what you be fucking doing. Because looking into my credit score is like looking into like my soul. What I'm actually doing. Like looking into my like intentions for the future. So if you're gonna fucking do that to me, I get to see your fucking DMs. I want to see who you're trying to fuck, who you're trying to game. I want to see what TikTok dances you're doing. Because if it gets serious, like I can't be dating some chick that's gonna fucking embarrass me, like somebody I have to hide from my mom and my friends. Like, ugh, like no, I can't do that. I can't do that. But yeah, there's really nothing you can do about the thoughts. But for the fellas, stop simping. Stop fucking simping. Like, my goodness. Stop being pathetic. Stop being a fucking pushover. Stop being a cuck. It's sickening that there's dudes out there that would be willing to take the shit up. Is there a Bible verse that mentions not consuming? Yeah, there is, Cheese. There is plenty of references to consuming products in the Bible. You would know that if you were a Christian, but you're not. You're a Catholic.
Ooh.
Sit down, boy. Women are always looking for free rides and free meals. Just ignore these hoes. Buckaroo Banzai, there was somebody that I was close with, and she was asking for money, and she like posted her Cash App, and I really didn't know what to make of it, and I just ignored it. I don't give women money anymore. I don't give women attention needlessly anymore. If I'm going to be giving a woman attention, it's got to be somebody very important. It's going to have to be my forever person, I just don't have the fucking time. And it just, honestly, like, it just kind of sickens me. Like, I look back and I'm just like, dude, like, I really wasted my time with, like, a lot of these chicks. And the sex was not worth it. The money wasted was not worth it. Enduring their lies and telling them lies was not worth it. Living a clean life is what's honestly amazing and fulfilling. But when you're on that pussy scavenger hunt, you'll tolerate anything. However, with that being said, I would never, ever fucking do something like this. Never do something like this. This is just way too pathetic. Really, really pathetic behavior. All right. What else do we got here? Oh no. Cool Hand James, bro, went to Asia and bought a wife and now thinks he's some sort of big pimping Lothario. And you need to buy his course on seduction, laughing my ass off. Yeah, dude, like this is what's wrong with like the new red pill space or whatever. Like I have nothing to do with it, you guys. I have nothing to do with it. I do my own thing. I want nothing to do with this shit. But Jack Peach, probably a fake name. I went from single and ready to give up on dating to married, 2 children, life of my dreams. Well, I'm glad he's happy, I guess. Kudos to him for having healthy children. But yeah, now it's just like, in them I saw my future. I worked in a bar, and every night, the same locals would turn up. 40 years old, single, divorced, miserable. It was a fate I wanted to avoid at all costs, but whatever I was doing wasn't working. Okay. So he ends up going to Thailand or Vietnam or something, and then he meets an Asian woman, and it's funny because like he gets fucking ratioed in like the majority of these. So let's see. And if you want to find the right woman for you, I can help you. First session is free, no requirement to continue. DM me right, and I'll send you the details. Let's see. What you won't learn on my free newsletter: have a shave, work out, increase your income. What you will learn: how women think, high level dating tactics, how to open women up and build intimacy. Get more than bro basics. Too long didn't Pagliacci the hated. Too long didn't read. White guy went to Southeast Asia. Asian wife, case closed. Shut the fuck up. The guys that actually pay for this information need to be monitored. You're a passport bro. Yeah, it's basically it. Dude, you're just a passport bro. Like, there's nothing really interesting about this. God damn it, these comments are so fucked up. Don't be like Jack. Don't misogyn. I can't read some of this. Nothing real original about the Far East and port route. Wrote the longest stretches to say become a passport bro. Do you still have to pay her for sex or not anymore? Hope you like Asia, because if we win, you're going with her. Ooh. I mean, okay, so first off, Jesus Christ. No. Oh no. Oh no, dude, these comments are so fucking mean. I don't know, man. I'm not really a fan of the passport bro shit. Look, I mean, the guy has some social skills. He works at a bar. He's not fat and disgusting. This is gonna be inevitable wherever he goes in Asia. Yeah, if you don't look like at least kind of normal like him, yeah, good luck having children. Yeah, because women are pretty much the same everywhere. If you smell like shit, you're repulsive, you lack social sophistication, you're just gonna be rejected. And getting a passport is a timely, costly thing, and flying out there and fucking living there and setting up shop or whatever. Well, that costs money. You're just gonna be wasting it if you're, again, not like a normal adjusted guy like this. He's got the entrepreneurial spirit, so he's now going to pretend that he has some special insights. But the reality is, he looks relatively normal. He's way taller than, I guess, his girlfriend or whatever. And, yeah, it's not going to be difficult for him to find somebody. Had he not, more than likely, he gave up before he even had a chance to find somebody out here in the States. More than likely, he was going to do this anyways and now try to make some money by giving pathetic simps this illusion that like he's got special knowledge and he's gonna give it to you. This is pretty pathetic. I don't even know what to say. What else have we got here? I'm not gonna read all this. From a source close to Bill Belichick and Jordan Hudson today. Jordan Hudson wants to use Belichick Super Bowl jerseys and memorabilia and turn them into crop tops to wear. The entire Belichick family is concerned about his well-being and dislikes the entire situation. Yeah, Bill Belichick is like a much older gentleman, an elderly man, and his girlfriend is like what, 26 years old or something. And to that I say, good for him. Fuck the haters. Like, seriously, why are people so fucking like? How do you give a fuck? Dude, people who like bitch about like older men and like these young women, dude, like it's so funny because like people think like it's just a bunch of bitches like complaining, but it's also a bunch of simps too, a bunch of cucks. They're like, oh no, he needs to be put on a registry list. It's like, why? She's over the age of 18. They're both adults. They're both, above, way beyond the age of consent. Like all I see is a lot of bitterness, jealousy, resentment, insecurities. On both sides, from men and women. To me, I'm just like, good for him. Hope he enjoys every second of it. There's nothing else to say on that. Men are asking women for NBA-style 4-year marriage contracts. If you don't want to renew, be a free agent. Damn, dude. I mean, it's bad enough that like the government's gotten involved in marriage. Now we got to get lawyers and like firms and shit involved. This is getting out of control. Let's see what this woman says. Woman shares her strange obsession with eating. Oh, that's not got nothing to do with it. I don't know. What do you think? Is this a good idea, Turge? Signing these contracts for marriage?
I mean, the prenups? Yeah, why not?
I don't think these are prenups, bro. Comedian, writer, and actor Benini I don't even know how to pronounce that. Presented the concept of a previous episode of First Tease podcast when he half jokingly noted that 50% of marriages end in divorce or something like that. This is my thing. I think we should do it. It sounds like a joke, but it actually is real. He began. I think we should do marriage like NBA contracts. He explains that it would logistically look like having a 4-year deal with clauses and an option to renew after the 4 years are up. When the contract expires, if you don't wish to renew, it's over with no fuss and no lawyers. If you don't want to renew, be a free agent. You go off to the Maz, business not equipped. But if the couple does decide to renew, to re-sign at the end and have another little party, that strengthens us. And because you know your term is coming up, there's a little bit of more work you put in, he argued. But it's just like, well, it's forever. Stop trying. I mean, I get that. But I think my problem with like having a like a 4-year, 5-year contract, because in the back of your mind, you already plant the seed of, doubt into the marriage. You're already placing doubt. You're planting these seeds that basically insinuate that if this isn't working at any point in time, it's okay. We'll be done soon. And the option to leave is always there. And we really should be instilling into people that, like, when you fall in love, it's always like, the romantic in me is like, it's got to be forever. I'll always love you forever. You'll always have my heart. Now it's like, you got me for 5 years. I'll see you then. And I don't know, like, I don't like the direction. It's like microtransactions for your fucking relationship, for your marriage. I'm not really a fan of that. That's how atheism marriage should be. They shouldn't appropriate religion tradition. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. I mean, like, I just don't like the idea of like marriage being like a legally binding thing. It really shouldn't involve the lawyers or the government. It should be a ceremonial thing, and it should play out exactly how humanity has conducted itself. But I don't like the idea of more contracts, except for prenup. In reality, people are gonna have to get the government involved. But prenups are good. Prenups are good. On that, I don't know. Not a fan of all this shit. No fuss and no lawyers quickly turns into my emotional labor is why he was able to make $300K a year. So I need some of his money or something. Yeah, Buckaroo Banzai, you're probably right. Yeah, I feel like, like, because again, the whole point of a divorce, the whole point of a split, for the woman is to extract wealth, to extract resources from the man that she was married to. That's usually always the case. It's very rare do we see a man getting to steal a woman's resources, getting to accrue wealth at the expense of the woman. One of the most famous cases of that happening is Britney Spears, I think. What was it, Kevin Federline?
With the conservatorship or whatever?
No. She was married to this man, Kevin Federline. And Kevin Federline was one of the backup dancers. He's one of those like cutie boys that was like, doing all the sexy dancing in the music videos. So she ended up marrying this guy, and I think they had a kid together. And obviously, Britney Spears is Britney Spears. So she's got like $1 bajillion, and Dancer Boy is nowhere near her level. He probably didn't have $1 million. Well, they broke up and they divorced, and he became very, very wealthy. It was so fucking funny. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I hope this does not grow legs. This was published last month, at the end of last month. All right, hoax hate. All right. A Magic American man says he was ignored for 30 minutes by a white Cracker Barrel staff. 30 minutes in to my break, and nobody served me at Cracker Barrel. I won't be eating here anymore. Yeah, if you just show up and you just sit down by yourself, like, it's kind of weird. Like, I don't know. Usually you walk into a restaurant you need to wait for them to be like, hey, let me seat you down. I've never been to a Cracker Barrel, so I don't fucking know. I could be tucking out of my ass. So is this a hate incident? Probably not. This sounds like bullshit. Did you know Cracker Barrel employees use code word for black customers? Oh, ooh, is this true?
Like the way we do it. Has what? Cracker Barrel has a code word for black people when they come in. It's like the way we do it is we say "coo" over the radio. We tell the basically the back staff that there's black people here. Has what?
Okay, never mind. This might have legs. Yikes. Wow, it really fucking sucks. His response to being ignored at the Cracker Barrel by white staff. Oh, this is 6 minutes long. Fuck that. I'm not gonna watch that shit. 6 minute long. Yeah, dude. If it's 6 minutes long, yeah, it takes that long to explain that you were like discriminated against. I'm gonna assume this is fake. What do you think, Turge?
I mean, that kind of seems legit.
I mean, dude, she is admitting that they have a code word for Magic Americans.
She looked like she sucked a few of her teeth out, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but the teeth are white, though, so it could just be, like, lack of, like, medical care. Maybe she's getting punched out by her boyfriend or something. I don't know. God damn, girl. Way to fucking fulfill the stereotypes, you fucking dumb bitch. Yeah, dude, just treat people like human beings. This is half and half. I feel like, first of all, I don't even know where this video came from, how old it is, so this might not even be related. I exposed racists and pedos. I heard this guy's like a fucking creep. He's got a criminal record with some serious crimes against him. I keep reporting this guy every day, and just nothing happens, but we'll see. But I called JoJo from Jers fat, which he is, and then they fucking banned me and shit. Whatever. Let's see. This didn't happen. A great post from Reddit. Can't escape Trumpism anywhere in the globe. Transphobia / hate crime. Let me take a swig of this water before I read this. I was sitting outside my work on break here in Barlow, Perth, WA, aka the most isolated city in the world. And a guy comes up to me, slams his bag on the table as he starts pushing my stuff on the table around. I ask him, are you quite all right there, mate? Next thing I know, he's standing over me, screaming in my face about how Trump has declared that there are only two genders, so I don't have to give a fuck about your fucking pronouns. He then grabbed some rubbish from his bag, threw it in my face, then screamed, fuck you, bitch, at me before walking away. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting there trying to remember when we voted Donald Trump in as president of Australia. Yeah, I don't think this happened. It's probably fake. Finally, some consequences. I hope it's real. That lady is probably just talking about her specific Cracker Barrel. It is probably just an inside joke. Yeah, I don't know. It probably is. But I will say this, though. Like, I have a lot of friends who worked in the service industry. And almost all of them are, like, super liberal. And I dated quite a few women who were, like, servers and hostess and, you know, whatever. And the amount of fucking racism that I heard from these people. And again, like, it's their opinion, so it's like, whatever, I don't care. It's why I don't like going to restaurants, bro, because, like, again, I'm not, you know, as a chocolatey boy, I have to worry about, like, if someone's gonna just fucking, like, you know, judge me and shit for no reason. Like, nobody wants to be fucking judged. And also, tipping is bullshit. If I really want something, I'll order it to go. Yeah.
So you're the guy that's like, you'd rather have the employees have a fair wage versus tips.
Yes.
But then there's no tax on tips. So even better, why don't we just make there no federal income tax?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's what I was getting to. So these liberal server types, they said the most heinous shit about Magic American diners. They even one of these guys, he was gay and he was black, and he's just like, oh, I hate when they come in. And I'm just like, y'all are really fucking comfortable saying this shit, you know? Like, I mean, it's like, whatever, man. Again, I don't really go out to eat at those kinds of places anyways, but dude, they were not about it, man. They said a lot of really fucking, dude, like, again, some of like the shit that you see like on Reddit, like, or not Reddit, on Twitter, like, yeah, it's pretty edgy, but like, it's a lot different when it's in real life. It is from people who like hate Trump, and they're like generally liberal. They're like Bernie Bros and shit. So yeah, this is real. So I don't know, like, the Cracker Barrel girl is probably a joke, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's real. So I'm gonna go half and half with that one. Yeah, but this trans shit here is fake. Totally fake. This actually turned out to be true, so we're just gonna skip this one. This is a while. This is a while ago. This is the beginning of April. Ooh, this is old news. Yeah, so Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro's home set on fire by arsonists while his family slept. Yeah, the guy was a liberal, so it's like whatever.
So black and black, or it's a black and black crime type deal.
Yeah, sort of.
Josh Shapiro's is he Republican or Democrat?
He's a Democrat.
Can't remember. Okay.
Yeah, he's a Democrat of Pennsylvania. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose.
That cocaine from Las Vegas. It's gonna be the new Nick Rekieta, boys.
Fuck you. It's allergies, asshole. No, I hung out with Nick, man, when he was out here. We had a good time.
I know. Wait, he was actually at Hackmania?
Yeah, he was at Hackmania.
Ah, fuck. How's he doing?
Yeah, we sat right next to each other and shit, and we did karaoke. Well, he did. I didn't feel like it. I was hanging out with like some groypers and shit, and Patrick Melton. I know, like I said, some bad shit about Patrick. I know he's. It's like, look, I disavow saying shit about kids and stuff, but I was being kind of sensitive, and I was kind of like on the Aaron Immel bandwagon. But like, dude, Aaron Immel, you know, like, whatever, man. He didn't want to be helped. He didn't want to listen to anybody. And while, you know, Nick isn't perfect, Aaron Immel is lying about a lot of shit. And that was shown to me personally in private. And also at Hackmania, Aaron Immel was kind of like the star of the show in a weird roundabout way. And there's been some very interesting revelations about Aaron and how he feels about his kids, how he genuinely feels about April. There was like this cum eating story that like blew up months ago, and it turns out that it's true. And there was, of course, receipts, and it's really, really bad. Like the thing about like Nick, it's like I understand Nick, and I understand like that whole side of the equation. And I thought I understood Aaron, but that didn't turn out to be true. And so, yeah, so these guys just showed me a lot of kindness. So there's no beef there anymore. I made Vito a puppet, and of course, they're going to feature on the Biggest Problem in the Universe show. And yeah, you know, like I got to see Nick, and he's looking really good. He's looking really healthy. Let me read some of these comments before we continue. They don't tip. They're loud. They expect perfect service. Always expect perfection from businesses, but can never do anything close. I mean, look, man. Like when you're serving people, you know, that's one thing. I never worked in the service industry, so I don't know. The kind of work that I do, you know, like I know a few brothers who are in the trades, and you know, they're good dudes, man. They're good dudes. There's a lot of good people of all shapes and sizes and colors and all that. And but the sad reality is, you know, like stereotypes exist, you know, like I don't really know too much about that because I don't like going to restaurants because I fear being discriminated against, because I'm an asshole and I will troll and I won't keep my mouth shut. I mean, I told you guys a story about someone tried to steal from me. They were using my credit card somehow, buying a bunch of shit at Lowe's, and I'm almost certain that it came from this company that was doing my water heater. They replaced it. And, you know, I fucking went scorched earth on Google reviews and shit. And they're like, well, we recorded our conversations. And I'm like, you know what? You play your conversations because I know you're fucking lying to me. And they never bothered replying. So, yeah. Anyways, back to this. So, guest yells the no word during Tiana's Bayou Adventure ride at Disneyland. Okay, so I think she was one of the main characters in the Tiana and the Frog or something. A troubling incident occurred recently at Disneyland during the Tiana's Bayou Adventure ride, where a guest reportedly yelled a racial slur, specifically the N-word. This incident has sparked outrage among the park's guests and has raised important questions about the park's environment. It marks the third occurrence of racial misconduct reported this year within Disneyland, calling into question the ability of the park to maintain a safe and welcoming atmosphere for all visitors. First off, they're not in danger, okay? Do I agree with this? No, because there's children around and you shouldn't be saying that shit around kids. Okay, like Disneyland's supposed to be a happy place. So disavow if this is true. But let's not pretend that like people are in fucking danger because they're not. They're not in danger. You know what's dangerous? The food that you're providing and serving these attendees of the park. The goy slop that they shove down their mouths is more harmful than hearing a fucking bad word. Get over yourselves, you fucking douchebags. I'm sick of this fucking frail, everybody is sensitive culture bullshit. It's annoying me. It's getting me really annoyed. I can't stand it. Oh no, I heard something I don't fucking like. Okay, get over it. Witnesses who experienced the incident expressed their shock and disappointment, noting the apparent need for improved oversight within the park. Many guests turned to social media platforms to share their concerns and demand accountability from Disneyland and the individuals involved in the incident. What do you mean accountability? Someone said something you don't fucking like. Okay, if you're the park manager, kick him out. You can't be saying that shit in a private, park, I guess, when there's kids around. It's gross. Okay, kick him out. But like as an individual, you sound like a fucking bitch. I demand accountability. I demand a 5-page essay and an apology. I need a response from the lawyer. It's like, shut your fucking mouth, you little bitch, and go about your day. What does this tweet say? I'm livid right now. So Matt Desmond, I'm going to see how fat he looks in a second. I'm livid right now. Someone in the log behind me on Tiana's Boyo Adventure yelled the N-word. I was recording the ride when it happened, and you can hear it clearly on the audio. And I already shared it with the ride cast members, and I'm heading to security now. Let me see what this bitch looks like. God, what a pussy.
Looks like a Disney adult.
Yeah, so Disney adults are the most racist and the most pathetic people on the planet.
No, it literally says, look at his profile. Look at his profile. What it says.
Oh my God, 230 for the audio only listeners only. It says 234 days in a row at Disneyland in 2024. Going for 300 in 2025. Follow for Disney news, updates, and funny Disney content. Dude, this is so fucking creepy. This is so dude, I would rather be I'm gonna say something that's gonna get me in trouble. I can't say it. I don't ever want to be around. Dude, his name is the Disney Scoop guy.
So what does he do for his job if he's at Disneyland?
I guess suck Mickey Mouse's dick.
Is that why? No, I'm not gonna say that. That'd be rude.
Yeah, no.
I was about to say there's a picture up there that he uploaded that was just like.
Dude, it's literally just like I'm hanging out here at Disneyland. I mean, he's not hurting anyone, I guess, but like, yikes, it's a yikes for me. Following the incident at Tiana's Boyo Adventure, patrons have expressed dismay. The call for accountability had underscored the expectation that Disneyland must take firm action. Blah, blah, blah. Who cares? The occurrence of Tiana's Boyo Adventure is not isolated. It follows earlier incidents, including reports of racist gestures, remarks during other attractions this year. This pattern raises alarms regarding the overall culture within Disneyland and the urgency for addressing it. Blah, blah, blah. Who cares? I just spoke to Disneyland security, and they are actively looking for these guests now. So if you see them, don't approach them. Just support them to security. The video. Hold on. You got T-Mac.
No, the one guy looks kind of brown. He might have the N-word pass.
I don't know, man. Maybe if he's like mixed. So if you see them, please don't approach them. Just report them to security. The video contains the audio of one of them yelling the N-word. Oh no. Oh God, did you hear that?
I didn't hear it.
I gotta turn the music. I gotta leave the music on. Dude, I gotta play it. Listen to it.
It's cutting out on my end, so I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Yeah, someone said I heard Tigger. He might have said Tigger. I don't know why I'm laughing so hard. Yeah, so first off, they don't look like white supremacists. So that's good, because it'd be horrible if white people were blamed for this. Okay, so it seems like this
it's minority on minority crime, but then it's the white guy that's getting offended.
Oh, yeah, of course. Because they always get offended on behalf of other people.
It's the virtue signal, bro. You know? Oh.
All right.
He needs to go back to Disneyland. He needs to get his Dickie Mouseville.
Oh, yeah. Let me see. Oh, we already went over this. I think it's just standard cringe now. Let me see. Woman denied service at South Florida Taco Bell for not speaking Spanish. Okay, don't care. He better make her a sandwich.
Fuck yeah! Look at that. In the fucking heels. Homie's sitting here in his little dorky ass shits. Homegirl's over here handling it. Absolutely handling it. Look at this fucking... Hey, she's fucking handling it. What are you doing, Hope? She's fucking handling it right there. What's up? She's the expert. Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! What are you doing there? Why don't you fucking help her? God damn, son! Alright.
Or maybe it's the dad teaching the kid how to change tire.
I don't know how I feel about this. Let me read some of the comments here. Dang, that is a real working woman. She definitely owns his man card. Hidden in a safe somewhere. This is what happens when you date liberal men. I don't know how to do that shit. I'll knock that guy out talking shit, though. Okay, someone's insecure. Yeah, if you have a car and you don't know how to change your own tire, you're kind of a bitch. And if a woman is doing what you're supposed to be doing, like, you're a bitch. Ma'am, you got a girlfriend? How do you know is a she? Okay, so Transformer drugs. Bro, waiting for AAA. No. She just showed me up. Challenge accepted. With the heels on too. She should just leave him there. That's not very nice. Too masculine for me. That would turn me off. It's not a woman. Leave it to the agent. I think I know who uses tampons in this relationship. Look, if you're a feminist, this should please you. But I'm more of a traditionalist. Yeah, I don't know what I would do here. Yeah, like they gotta buy her like a sandwich or something for saving these guys. Looks like they replaced this. Oh, they're removing a damaged tire. There's a spare right there, a little donut. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this.
I mean, if I have a daughter, I'm gonna make her learn how to do all this stuff. So
yeah,
you know, she's not like, just so she's able to take care of herself, and
yeah, it looks like she's on her way to work too. So like again, if these dudes aren't going to fucking work, I mean, he looks like he might be on his way, but the other guy, yeah, get on your fucking get down there and get that shit done. Yeah, I know you can do it better than her, but he probably doesn't know how. All right. Let's see. I took a dump and saw and smelled Trump. Oh my God, it spit out my water when I read this. Hilarious. The absolute state of Reddit. Fuck, bros. There's so many ways to make fun of Trump, but these motherfuckers don't know how to do it. It's almost 10 years and they still don't know how to mock Trump. It's pathetic. All right. We're wrapping this up soon. Name another group of people this entitled.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm your neighbor from down. I know this is a bit of an odd request, but I was wondering if you had any sugar I could borrow. I didn't want to go all the way to the store. So, you don't have to answer, but I know you can hear me, being that you got this Ring doorbell on. I hear you on the inside, but nobody's answering the door.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm calling the cops. I would call the cops. I know it's kind of a bitch thing to do, but I don't answer the door to people I don't know. And I tell like I'm such an asshole. Like I tell my friends like you're not coming to my house unless you like warn me ahead of time. Like you need to tell me that you're gonna come over, and I need to be ready, because I don't answer the door unless I know who's gonna be there. Um, I wouldn't have answered the door to her at all. I don't give a fuck. She's got kids there. If I don't fucking know you, I'm not answering the door. Maybe that makes me cruel. Maybe that makes me mean, but I mean, she comes up there with a fucking attitude, and then she starts talking shit. Again, a lot of these situations, you know, it starts off kind of harmless, right? It's like, oh, I just need sugar, I just need salt or whatever, and then it escalates there. And then not only that, like you start rewarding this bad behavior. We have this lazy fucking woman. Let's say take her word for it. But I think she's up to no good. But if we take her word for it, and she just wants, you know, sugar or salt or flour or whatever, and then you give it to her instead of her going all the way to the store, what you're doing is enabling lazy parenting. You're enabling lazy
hmm
behavior, and that's not what you want to do. You can't reward this
Yep.
behavior, especially if you don't know them. If I know someone
Exactly.
and it's just like I'm like, oh, I know him, you know, like he never is like this, and it's probably not a big deal if it's only like once or twice. Like one of my close friends, he invited me out. We go out, and he's like, "Oh, dude, I forgot my wallet." We've gone out a lot, and he's hooked it up with like box of cigarettes. He hooks it up with drinks or whatever, and like it's never a big deal. And he's only done that once, and it didn't bother me. But if it was like more than once, I'd be like, "Oh, motherfucker, there's a pattern. There's a pattern here." But if I don't fucking know you and you pull that shit, like I'll never fucking trust you. Like I'll think you're a snake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't this is shady, bro. What would you do? Would you answer the door, Turge?
No, no, and actually, it's kind of interesting. Actually got a story.
Oh yeah, let's
Kind
hear
of
it.
not similar, but let's just say similar race.
Okay.
I was you might have seen me post this on my Instagram or something, but a couple weekends ago, my girlfriend and I were going to the mall. It's like off Scottsdale Road. There's it's basically borderline Scottsdale Phoenix.
Yeah.
But there's two malls on their sides. One's Phoenix side, one's Scottsdale side. We're on the Phoenix side, and we're just walking around after getting dinner or food or whatever we went out to eat that day, and we're walking by this sunglass place. We hear a loud crash behind us just as we get past the door. Maybe we're like 5-6 feet away from the door.
Yes.
Dude breaks through the door and is getting chased down by security. Like the glass shattered. Like it was crazy.
Dude, that's wild. Did you record it?
So no, I didn't. I went and chased down the thief with like two other people.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and it ended up being a Magic American in a wig who was dressed like a female. And his excuse for stealing all the sunglasses was, "Oh, I'm trying to feed my family, man. I'm trying to feed my family." So you go and steal stuff. Yeah, bullshit. Like, this is the thing I don't like about like these. Like, I'm not just saying a certain
Yeah, a
group
certain
of
group,
people,
but in general, right?
I'm just saying in general, if you're in a bind like that, like literally go to any of the resources your city has for low income families that they'll give you food. They'll give you like stuff so you can live. Like they have like St. Mary's out here.
Yeah.
There's all the
Yeah, we got
religious
Meals
places.
on Wheels and shit. We got all kinds of stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I told somebody else, because somebody like on Facebook, they're just like, "Oh, you know, he had to rob a bank, and that's totally cool. He's ripping off banks because that guy's probably just feeding his family." I'm like, dude, are you fucking dumb? Like, dude, if you're poor and you're non-white, like, food is literally free for you. Like, you will never have to pay for food if you are not white and if you have like no money. Like, food is
Yep.
literally free. Like, no one has to fucking rob a bank. No one has to steal a bunch of fucking sunglasses or a bunch of iPhones. No, that's stupid. It's a myth. The whole like, oh, I'm just trying to feed my kids and shit. You're fucking retarded if you engage in a life of crime because you literally don't have to. They want to because they want more than just to be able to feed the kid. They want to make a bunch of money so they can buy a bunch of jackass bullshit. All right, let's continue.
Yep.
We're almost done, you guys. And damn, a 3-hour show. Fuck. I didn't think I'd go this long. I'll
That's
never
what she
stop
said.
loving this video. I know, right?
Dreams come true.
Is that Uncle Ruckus?
I don't know. Transgender woman duets with Aboriginal elders. When they laugh, it fucks me up every time. Even the Aboriginals realize how fucking bored it is and start laughing at the audacity of rainbow liberals. They knew. You know why they are laughing. They're trying to I don't even know how to imitate that. All right, so he's like, I don't know, doing Rocket Man or some shit. And he's like, yeah, they know this is fucking. These people are fucking dorks, dude. Just imagine getting geeked on by Aborigines. Let this up in a nutshell. Yeah, pretty much. Just incoherent retardation. Goodness. I regret to inform you that the Democrats are singing again. Oh God, what is this shit?
Sharing all the world. Sharing all the world.
Lame.
Import the third world. Yeah.
Is this John Lennon?
We're not the only ones.
I don't know, but this song is very rainbow.
Yeah.
I hope someday they'll join us.
Yeah, it's John Lennon.
And the world
Okay, so good.
will be one. Imagine there's no country. Share.
Oh Jesus Christ, the Communist Manifesto. How much would you tip your server? Dude, why are they filming her as soon as she walks out? Every time I see these stupid fucking videos, I'm just like, why are they filming her? It's probably a skit, but who knows?
Oh, grab the food. I got shit to do. Damn.
Hey, your food, you should over here, then.
They probably know her from school.
Yeah,
They
so
look
given
like
how,
that age,
Yeah, given
you
how
know?
rude, she was.
Oh,
this
Dick's
is
Last
real-
Resort.
What was that?
And scroll down. It's Dick's Last Resort. The waiters are supposed to be rude to you.
Oh,
It's one of those restaurants.
so it's, yeah, that's what I thought. All right, good call. Good
Yeah.
call. All right, so I wasn't outraged by it. I didn't leave a comment, did I? No. Okay, so that's why now the filming makes sense because if she was being filmed, she probably would have been like, "You're not allowed to record me, you fucking dumb bitch, you fucking cracker ass cracker." But yeah, so I guess this is part of the experience is to be treated like shit. So that makes sense. I think we got like one restaurant like that in Vegas. I never been to it because again, I just don't understand the appeal. That's one of those asshole waiters restaurant. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, thank God I didn't express any outrage. I didn't fall for it. Let's see, what is this shit? Oh no, taking my secular Jewish girlfriend to a progressive Christian church. I don't know if I have the stomach to watch this, but whatever.
This Sunday, my girlfriend and I went to an LGBT affirming church in Ferndale, Michigan, and I want to tell you about it. First, I made us coffee in the preferred style of pretentious millennials, and I watched patiently as she took till the last minute to get ready, as is proper for the most beautiful of girlfriends. We visited Metropolitan Community Church of Detroit. We'd first noticed it because it meets inside of Affirmations, the LGBT community center, and we thought it was super cool that an inclusive faith community met there, so we wanted to check it out. It was incredibly diverse and welcoming, and I was shocked that they had been an LGBT inclusive church since 1972, which is rare, but a great reminder that although many Christians can be judgmental, God has always been for everybody. As an old school church kid, I loved that they sang some of the songs I grew up with. During announcements, they told us about an app to help easily contact our representatives to voice concerns about the current administration. Since it was Women's History Month,
Yeah, then take away their 501c3 status. Seriously, if they're gonna fucking bitch about President Trump, like, and they have a 501c3 status, it needs to be revoked. That's unlawful.
they told the story of the first woman who was ordained in their denomination, who was also a lesbian. She was ordained in the 70s and paved the way for women and queer people in the denomination. It was so cool to celebrate her legacy, and I thought how different it would be if those were the heroes more Christians celebrated, instead of, oh, I don't know, white guys who owned slaves but supposedly had the right theology. The leadership team was a mix of white and black, women and men, queer and straight, and we celebrated our diversity and the mystery and diversity of God as well. If you've ever felt like there wasn't a church where you belonged, just know that places like this exist. They've existed all along. I just wish more churches would follow their lead.
Yeah, so I guess this is, the Catholic bros have one on us. This is pretty bad. It's really annoying. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I don't know about, I haven't, like, followed up on it too much, but, Catholic Pope from America.
Yeah, I don't really know too much about it, man. I'm not Catholic, so I don't really care, but I'm not trying to, like, shit on Catholicism too much, or at all, really.
Dude, the Catholic Church has some issues, and saying that as a Catholic.
Yeah, I got a
So,
I got a lot of shit because I'm just like, yeah, man, like, I'm a Christian, I'm not a Catholic, I'm not really down with Catholicism. Like, I reject the Pope and popery. And not only that, like, I was always of the opinion that, like, the Catholic Church is kind of like a wing of the Democratic Party, and they're essentially a glorified NGO. You know, because I didn't work with Catholic charities, but they were somebody that worked closely with the county and providing some services and shit. And yeah, they were 100% importing people into the country. They were definitely engaged in human trafficking. And I'm just
with
like,
the cartels, I mean,
well, yeah, and I just, like, told people, like, I'm a part of this dissident artist Discord channel, and they're just like, oh, you know, my Catholicism, you know, they were like kind of like brushing me off, and I'm like, guys, like, this is what they do, like, they're literally importing people, they're literally trafficking humans. Like, I just don't want to get down with any of that. And they're like, oh, well, you know, you got, like, some random church in fucking Oregon that's, you know, like this. Says, when do Christians praise the founding fathers in particular? Yeah, Drill, I don't know. I've never seen that myself. Catholics believe some nutty shit. Yeah, they can. I mean, I don't know. I think, like, most Catholics are relatively normal. I mean, they're kind of indistinguishable from like a random Christian. It's just like, you know, they have their Catholic, you know, hierarchy and shit. They have a figurehead, a proper leader, instead of like you know, Christianity, which is kind of fractionated and whatnot. You know, there's those different sects of it, but it's whatever, man. I don't know if it's the same with Catholicism, but yeah, I'm just not down with the church. I'm not down with the Pope. I'm not down with what they believe. You know, they're just open borders junkies, and it just doesn't jive well with me. The Protestant ethic is, you know, superior, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know. Shit, what else is it? So Ricketed Post is like, keep talking tough, you girly bitch. Aaron, that blow up scared me mainly because I heard myself and it scared the shit out of me. Also, me offering my hand and support like a brother, and the reaction I got legitimately took me aback. I didn't need the apology because my ability to see myself was more valuable a gift you gave me than any slight. You and I can talk about this sometime. You and I naturally have a weird relationship, but I do love you and know you have helped we have helped each other. Did Aaron just send this? Oh, this is probably before. Yeah, so I guess
But that
Nick
was an hour.
Ricada. Nick Ricada's
Look
like
at the
slow
Ralph comment.
dripping.
It
What
was
was
an
it?
hour ago.
Wait.
Ralph responded an hour ago.
Ooh. Funny how you never show your replies. Funny how I'm the only one who has shown anything at all, and it all just happens to be the opposite of whatever he says. Amazing. So you two were or were not in a homosexual relationship. Did you and Aaron lay in bed together when the women were not present? No and no. Good Christ. Always cropped. So weird. Never showing the other side of the convo. Must be really frustrating to only have one side of the conversation. Wouldn't know about that. What I do know is when Homegirl had the opportunity to throw hands, he bitched up, told me he was scared, and then that he loved me. He told you all he grabbed the baseball bat. Guy, you must be a masochist. Clearly. When were these messages sent? Right after he pretended to grab a baseball bat, he didn't. He grabbed his little button and backed down like a bitch. Yeah, no, he looked really good, man. He looked really healthy, so good for Nick.
No, I'm glad he's doing better, man. Because I was honestly with that whole deal, I was concerned for him. He was a cool dude to hang around. Now I'm definitely not going to be able to drink as much as I did that night in Vegas.
Yeah,
that
dude,
we
I
had so
drank.
much fun about, but
Apparently, I drank a lot. I didn't get drunk or fucked up or embarrassed myself or anything. But like, I was pounding beers. People bought me shots and whatnot. But like, dude, I woke up the next day and I had a fucking hangover, bro. Like, I did not feel good.
yeah, I'm Nick
I'm didn't
probably
drink at
not
all.
going to be able to go ahead.
Yeah, Nick didn't drink at all. He was well behaved. He's taking the thing seriously, the probation or the parole. So he's doing what he's supposed to. And we talked a bit, and we talked about some personal shit. I don't want to get too much into it, but like if I could advise him, it would just be like, because like I feel like he's way too intelligent to have ever brought Aaron around his orbit. He swears that like Aaron wasn't like this the way that he's behaving now online. With the chronic line, just being cringy, being a lol cow and all that. But yeah, like Aaron is a liar, and Aaron is like, and like he did admit it too. He's like, yeah, I'm vindictive. I will seek revenge at all costs. Like he wants to hurt Nick, and again, like I don't blame him. Like I get why he's doing it. But it's to the point where it's like it's gone too far and it's too much now, and you make Nick somewhat of a sympathetic guy. And somebody actually like confronted Nick at the Hackamania. He was like, Nick's kid tested positive, blah blah, and Nick was like, dude, you all right, man? And they exchanged words and whatnot. And Nick ended up going. He had to fly out the next day, and then on day 2 of Hackamania, me and that guy we're smoking together, and he's like, "Oh, dude, so you're like Nick's boy or whatever?" And then like he kind of like apologized, and I'm just like, and he's like, "Well, Nick shouldn't be a public figure or anything like that." And I'm like, "Well, like what else is he gonna do? Like." He can just sit there and make his videos and do his live streams. Like, he's not hurting anybody. It's like, yeah, he's hurting anybody. Like there needs to be like room for forgiveness, especially since like I rail against like cancel culture shit, and I don't believe like the kids were neglected, and I'm not convinced that the drug test stuff is like totally kosher. I think there's some weird shit going on there, and
You changed your mind about that?
well, I never said that the kids were on drugs, and I never said like, oh well, he neglected the kids.
No, I know, but like when we were originally talking about it, you were like, it was in the house. Da 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 da.
Well, it was in the
Blah, blah,
house.
blah,
It was in the house.
But it's like
If I was a lot closer to Nick and like I was aware of the situation, I would tell him like, dude, you can't have drugs in that house. You can't be doing that stuff with the kids there. I know you're not doing it in front of the kids. Maybe you're in the basement, wherever. You're, like, dude, like they can't be in the same building. Like you can't do that. But it's just like I don't believe that like. Like, dude, that's a lot of cocaine, man. It's a lot of cocaine for a little fucking kid. It's bad that they tested positive, but there's a possibility that because we do know that somebody in the government, in the Minnesota government, was deliberately leaking shit and publishing information about the personal details of the kids, which is a huge fucking no-no. Like, you can't
Yeah.
do that. You can't do that at all. I was disappointed in the way that he handled it. I was disappointed in how he was treating his fans. Him treating his fans specifically was probably the worst thing. I mean, there'd be times where I would, like, you know, say not like super mean shit, but like I would be like, dude, like, why are you like endorsing this behavior? And like, he showed me some stuff that was going on with Aaron, and like really confirming like the scheming and the lies that were going on in the background. And like, I got it. Like, I finally get like why they were goofing on this guy so hard. Like, Aaron's never gonna stop. He's never gonna stop until he stopped. And I feel like Nick himself is also not going to stop either. Because for the most part, like, Aaron got away with it and Nick didn't. And like, he needs to find some sort of peace and needs to find a way to wash himself of Aaron forever. I just don't know if he's capable of doing it. One of the guys from Who Are These Pods? Who Are These Podcasts? Really cool dude. You know, he came out and said, he's like, dude, like, Nick is not in a good place. You know, and again, this is coming from somebody who is treated nicely by Nick and who was very pleasant to be around. And man, dude, like, again, you don't choose your partner carefully. Like, you're gonna get, you know, you're gonna fuck your life up. You do shit like this, you're gonna fuck your life up. And he has an ability to bring it back. Like, he's getting good streaming numbers. So yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit more nuanced now, and I know, like, I went really hard. Just because Nick isn't as bad as he thought doesn't mean he's not a degenerate shit. Yeah, Drill, you're not wrong. Like, he really royally fucked up, and like,
We all have in life.
What was it?
You know, in one form. We all have in life one form or another. You know, maybe not to that extent.
No,
but, you know,
I'm just super like adamant about like my stance against like drug use and shit. And you know, like, I don't try to posture as like, gotta protect the kids, but like, yeah, dude, like, promoting drug use in music is horrible. Promoting it in cinema and TV is horrible. And him promoting, or at least giving the illusion that he's like this trad dad, loves Jesus and shit, and then doing this stuff in the home with the kids in it, like, it really fucking pissed people off. And he lost a lot of fans, and I asked him about that too, you know, how he felt about that. And, you know, we kind of just giggled at it, you know, and it's why, like, I brought it up earlier, where it's just like, I don't want people to get like the wrong idea about me too. You know, I don't want people to get this false impression about me. And like I'm a free speech absolutist. I have a lot of edgy friends, and in the real world and online. There's people that I talk with. There's people that follow me, that have really wild opinions, and they say really wild things. And people get this idea that like I want to say those things, and that is not true, or that I share their beliefs, and that is not true. And being who I like, or like, and there's people that I watch that I don't even necessarily entirely 100% agree with, but maybe like the majority of the stuff they say I do agree with. And they're like, oh, well, you're just like them. You're part of their crew. Like, I'm not part of any group. And I don't want people to get the idea that like I'm this or that. Like, there's like a label on me, because like there isn't. Like the Kanye West shit came up too, you know? They're like, oh, what do you like, people were sending it to me. And like I like funny shit. Like, I love fucking like hilarious shit. Like, I'll laugh at pretty much anything. I think the song sucks. Like, mechanically speaking, the song is shit. And I don't think it's funny. And I think it's kind of lame. Like, I'm not offended. My feelings aren't hurt. Just like by listening to it, I think it's fucking dumb. And you just like look at a lot of the, like I mentioned this earlier, like the figureheads of like the red pill movement now. It's like, it's way too diverse for me. It's way too, you know, it's fucking Andrew Tate, the fresh and fraud. I was gonna say fresh and fraud, fresh and fit, whatever. Fucking Kanye West, Nick Fuentes. Yeah, it's just way too fucking diverse for me. And like, the red pill has been hijacked. You know, it went from just being like, notice the truth, tell the truth, expose the truth to like all women are bad, saying a bunch of hateful shit, and because it's like I don't know, like I don't fucking know, but it's weird, and I don't want anything to do with it, and I don't want people to think like I'm a part of it because I'm not. Like I fucking hate Kanye West. Like the dude's a cuck. He's a self-admitted cuck who sucks dick, and he promotes the most degenerate, subversive porn on the internet. And you got these very diverse BIPOCs, Latinx freaks, who are saying that he's based in red pill. Like, dude, like they're making the red pill fucking retarded. Pixie67, how did red pill turn into manosphere thing? I have no idea. That's a great question. I do not know. And that's like another thing too. It's like you're making the red pill lame, and even like the manosphere lame. Like I think overall the manosphere is like a good thing, like the proper manosphere, where men are legitimately communicating their grievances, real world grievances, to the world, and making a case for proper treatment of men who are invisible to society, who have been abandoned by society, who are mistreated for being men, who combat this lie that men are oppressors, and that's just not true. History is brutal, and the environments in the past were rough. Everybody was oppressed by the wildlife that was not tamed, by the land that was not tamed, by biology. Most people didn't live that long. It was hard to survive for a very long time. Modern medicine wasn't a thing. Everybody was oppressed. But love and romance is ancient. It's well documented. People, men and women, loved each other. This idea that men were brutal and fucking just heinous towards women is fucking bullshit. It's just fucking garbage. Like, feminists suck and they deserve to be refuted. But you can't make a great case for defending men when you have the most disgusting, degenerate freaks kind of spearheading the manosphere or the red pill movement, And I don't want people thinking that like I'm associated with it or like I'm cool with any of it, because like I don't think it's anything like that. But I also talk with like anybody, like I met like a lot of groypers. There was a handful of them that came out to Vegas for Hackmania. The nicest kids. They're good kids, and they hate Eric July, so we're all on the same side here. And they might like Kanye West, and I don't think there's anything bad about them for liking. I just think Kanye West fucking sucks. I think he's a subversive. I do not like or trust him. I mean, the dude was a fucking wokester. He's always been a wokester. And I just feel like a lot of these groups just extract money from these men who are suffering and are in pain. They give them terrible advice. They make them hateful and just fucking evil and shit. And just attack people who didn't do anything to them, even women that didn't do anything to them. Yeah, Nick definitely, people had the wrong idea about Nick. And maybe a part of that is his fault. And maybe the way people see me, maybe some of it is my fault. But the truth is like I do like love and care about everybody who interacts with my content. Anybody who needs help wherever they are around the world, has questions about tech or software or whatever, like or puppets, like I will be more than happy to help them and call them on Discord or whatever. And I think that's great, like I don't hate anybody, and I don't want anybody to think that like I'm fucking down with just calling people the N-word and shit. The way that a lot of the Shiloh Hendrix people were behaving, like I supported Shiloh Hendrix because I am against terrorism. Not because I support or like her speech. I support for her right to say these things and to not be harassed or attacked or molested as a result of it. But I'm not okay with just like naked hatred and shit. I don't know.
All right. Well, I'll just say this, man. I'm glad it sounds like Nick cleaned himself up. And next Hackmania, I'll be out there maybe sooner than that. I gotta move some stuff around financially, and then once that's all cleared up, I'll have more time for fun trips.
Yeah, man. I wish nothing but like the best for Nick, and I really want him to find peace, and I
Yeah.
want him to do what's best for his health, for his channel, and for his family. And if there's any issues with him and his wife, I hope they clear it up. You know, for the sake of the family, for the sake of their mental health, and for the sake of the marriage, before that, you know, this oath that they took before God. All that's important. All that is good. And again, I don't think he hurt those children. Besides, like embarrassing them and you know traumatizing with the cops and shit. But beyond that, he can come back from this. I really do. Like in the grand scheme of things, I mean, like, look, there's worse people out there. I know it's not
Eric
really
July.
saying much, but
Eric
um,
July, for example.
yeah, Eric July, like you know, like Destiny.
Oh yeah, Destiny for sure.
Oh no, Drill, I will forgive Nick if he becomes fat. Dude, he hates fat people so much. He's so like fat phobic. He's terrified of becoming fat. He's unbelievably terrified of becoming fat.
You
Then again, so am
you
I.
just gotta just inject all of his food with the goy slop, and then he'll he'll be good.
Yeah, well, I talked a lot tonight. We're fast approaching 4 hours, and I lost my voice. It's coming back a little bit. So yeah, I thought I was getting sick. So usually, like the best thing to do is sit out in the sun in your car. Luckily, I live in Vegas, so it's like a fucking oven, and you just burn it out, sweat it out, and it usually kills pretty much everything. So, yeah. So now I sound like this. I can't sing. Luckily, I'm not in pain. I'm not sore. So my voice is coming back, dude. I almost didn't want to do the stream. I almost didn't want to come back because I'm just like, dude, I lost my voice. But no dead air, no, just straight riffing. And yeah, next show I'll be more organized, and I'm gonna get CC Cleaner on here and update my PC because 924 frames are fucking dropped. It's only 0.1% of the stream, but there's no excuse for any of that. I don't know what's going on. Maybe my computer's like, oh, you're back. Let me get oriented again or whatever. So everybody who joined, everybody who hung out, I sincerely appreciate you. Yeah, I didn't mean to neglect you guys for 3 weeks. That's my fault. But one takeaway, I guess, is just be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and don't get caught up in these like worthless fucking fads. You know, like the Kanye West shit. Like I don't know. Dude, what's your opinion on it, man? I've been talking too much. What's your opinion on the Kanye West N-word Heil Hortler song?
I didn't know he made that, but I'm honestly not
I don't
surprised.
believe you. I don't believe you.
Actually, I have been like off the internet in that regard. Like,
so you've
I
been
have
touching
not-
grass. Oh,
I've
so
been
you probably
touching
don't even know
grass.
what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay, Kanye West released a song called Heil Hortler.
Okay,
There's a
again,
music
not
video.
surprised.
Yeah, so there's a music video too. It was kind of high effort and it's kind of poppy, where he has a bunch of Magic Americans wearing like wolf clothes. I guess they look like the Wakandans or something, and they're all singing N-word Heil Hortler, N-word Heil Hortler. That's what they're singing, and it went viral. There's like tons of parodies of the song already. Some guy who was trying to impress Tim Pool played that song on a ukulele and he got fired. And guys, like, you really shouldn't be doing it because you're gonna ruin your fucking life for one, and like two, it's not really funny. And yeah, and the song sucks. Like, it's not good. People are like pretending like this is gonna be like some flashpoint in the culture war or something. I just don't see evidence of that. I think this song is gonna be long forgotten, probably sooner than later. And yeah, you're just gonna assassinate your character just engaging with it because it's not serious. And I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards it's like it's a psyop. It's probably a psyop, and you know Kanye West is out there to like embarrass like actual dissidents and shit. So I don't know, because again, like if you know who he is, degenerate cuck, sucks wieners, promotes subversive pornography. So I don't know. Yay, don't dead name is a gift. He said so on Piers Morgan show. Yo, fuck Kanye West. I ain't gonna call him Yee. Fuck Kanye West. Yeah, Drill, he did get fired for it. He was playing the ukulele and he said the word. I think it was a soft A. I mean, would I have fired him? No. Especially if I knew him and I'm like, oh well, he's not hateful. He's just being fucking stupid on the internet. Like, I don't believe people should be punished for shit like that.
But Tim Pool doesn't want his brand to be diminished, so he's just like out, you know.
Yeah,
because that's literally what
Mersh
they'll
was
say if you
mocking
don't
him.
fire him.
Mersh was mocking him, and he's like, "Bro, like you played this," and he's trying to do like a GoFundMe and shit. So I'm not gonna do. It's like, dude, people already supported Shiloh Hendrix, and again, like I don't necessarily agree with what she said, but I also don't believe the fake story pushed by the left about, oh, he's 5 years old, he's this, he's that. I don't believe that either. But again, it's not about that. It's about standing up to people like Tizian. I'm not afraid of Tizzy. I'm not afraid of that fat pig or any of his fat pig followers. They're all disgusting freaks to me. And like I said, we're tribing up. I don't have to fucking agree with everything they say. Like I said, there's a lot of people who follow me, a lot of people that I follow. They say things that I don't agree with. They do things I don't agree with, and it's not what this is about. It's never been about that.
Yep.
So yeah, we're gonna stop right there, guys, because it's about to be 4 hours, and as you can tell, my voice is dramatically different, and I needed to come back so I can get back to work and do things that I have to do. So God bless everybody. Thank you, dude. We had a lot of people watching tonight. So yeah, God bless you, and I'll see you guys next week. I'm back. Rumors of my disappearance have been greatly exaggerated. Peace out.